Yeah, so here we are. Hey.
That never gets old.
How quickly did you screen grab that when you first saw it?
Immediately. I was scrambling for like a notepad, like, okay, I'm gonna write this down. Like I found both those clips, both those News from the Gilding and Kevin posted both those on the exact same day, like within an hour of each other. And so I was just like, I'm splicing those together. Like Kevin's first live stream. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, how's everybody doing? We got Goblin in the chat. The thumbnail looks like Wolfman Jake. I've gotten a lot of a lot of use out of that image of myself, even though it's I think that's like the least viewed video I've ever done.
Really?
Well, something like that. Who knows? Clap for the Wolfman. Oh, Jeff's in the chat as well. Hey, Jake and Tim, got to work in a few. Want to drop in and say hi? Yes, Jeff from Jeff's Cave of Cool Books is joining us for the next Elusive Exclusive Book Society, which I have not started yet. But, Jeff, we might owe you an apology from what I'm hearing from some of our other guests.
We might owe everyone an apology.
We might, the reassembled man here. And yes, we might, Deb.
I got about to the 50% mark.
Are
today.
you?
It's oh boy, it's gonna be something.
Well, we might. It'll be interesting. Deb, poor sweet Deb, the omnivorous reader, she selected it, and so it's like she was like, "Yeah, let's." I haven't read this one, so she messaged me also around the same time you did too, Tim, and she was like, "Hey, I just want to be sure. Like, I'm okay with. I'll talk about whatever. Are you guys okay with this?" Oh, well, it's well written anyways. Okay, good. That's good. Is it?
I guess I'll save my critiques for next.
You'll all find out next Saturday. Vilsteph. Hi, Vilsteph. Bookworms Keep. I'm 3 beers deep and saw this pop up, so I'm perfect.
That's pretty much the mindset that you need when you go into this.
So yeah, why we started doing this is we've been texting each other all day because we're actually friends, and I mean we don't just work together professionally. Anyway, I think to be professional, don't you have to produce something and or get paid and or be professional? But we're actually friends in real life as well. And, well, I guess digitally we've never seen each other. But, like, we're texting all day. And I was like, why don't we just live stream this? We've literally been texting all day, and it's been hilarious. And, yeah, so here we are.
So, oh, gosh. Get better, man.
Doze away. I actually invited Geek Love Dogs on as well, but he's like, I'd love to, but I'm dying.
You better, dude. We're rooting for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, what was the last thing we touched on in that group chat? I think it was Toy Story.
We were talking about Toy Story.
We were trying to convince Nick to watch Toy Story because he'd never seen it before.
But Nick, he's he's such a hipster, even though he's not. He's because he's punk. He's not a hipster. I'm not a hipster.
There's a difference. Yeah.
Is there a difference?
It's very slight, but yeah, it's
the difference is just in age, I think, or maybe demographic. If he was in Portland, he'd be a hipster.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, he's never seen Toy Story, and so we're like trying to convince him, like, hey, no, you need to watch Toy Story, because we were talking about the best Toy Story, which is obviously Toy Story 1. And if some people can say it's Toy Story 2, it's okay. Those people are wrong. And some people can say Toy Story 3, and those people are stupid. And some people can say Toy Story 4, and those aren't people. Those are actually just bots that you're talking to. And then they're making a fifth one because money. But Nick has never seen it, and he doesn't want to see it.
Because like the thing is, I can forgive it. I can forgive him for never seeing it because it was after his time, so to speak. So, but
he's only like 28.
That would be like the cherry on top of this sundae if just like somehow Nick's younger than all of us.
Why do you think I don't want to lose all my weight? Is because I don't want to, look my age.
Oh, okay, sure, okay.
That's the reason why. Dang it.
Mm-hmm.
The next Eves conference is going to be interesting.
Yes.
Good. I'm excited. I don't care. I'll talk about anything.
At the very least, we're going to have more to talk about than we did with Dancer from Atlantis.
Yeah, that one was awful. I want to jump out of the airplane with Dancer from Atlantis.
I was, dude, the whole time I was just flailing, looking for things we can talk about. And I think it was Providence that the power went out in my neighborhood and spared me from having to come up with more topics.
If you guys have not seen it, it was on your channel. It was on Secret Fire Books. Watch The Dancer from Atlantis. And it was a fun discussion. It was fun talking with the guys about it. However, the end sequence was just hilarious because, if you don't know, everybody, Tim's power went out. And the stream kept going for some reason. And kept going for a long time. And then and none of us could quit or exit it we got a new person joining us.
Bam.
Tau Zero.
How's it going?
Good. Is this better? This is better, huh?
That's much better.
Not so
very claustrophobic that way.
We're talking about the last live stream at Tim's channel when his power went out, and then the stream just kept going, even though we couldn't end it because he was the host.
Oh.
And then after that ended, we were still in the room, all of us people on screen, but also the chat was still running. And even after we ended the stream, we didn't end it; it just shut itself down.
Oh wow!
10 minutes. The chat kept going. And so the chat was still commenting, is anybody here? Are these guys alive? What's going on? And they were still in that chat space. And so I Chris from Liminal Spaces was in the chat. So I called him and I was like, hey, so we're conveying. I was playing telephone and put his phone up to the speaker. And yeah, it was so bizarre and it was so hilarious. And it was just good because it was the worst book.
Yeah.
The things I missed when I bounced 15 minutes after
I know
from the stream ends.
I don't know what happened, but I kept trying to get back in. For whatever reason, if I tried to get on StreamYard with my phone, it was just not having it. I don't know if it was because the power's still out and my Wi-Fi was all over the place. I don't know. But,
yeah.
Well, that sounds like you didn't miss much with that book anyways. So that was the most entertaining stream then.
I am so immensely disappointed by that book because I said it on stream, but the other two Paul Andersons that I'd read before this, the doggy.
There he is. My partner in crime.
Here he is.
Good boy.
The other two Paul Andersons I've read were I love them. They're 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 reads for me. And then this one was just the pits. I had to stop reading several times and pick up other books before I finished it. It was so bad.
Yeah, that sucks. If you guys don't know, this is Keith from Tau Zero SF.
Hello.
The most frustrating booktuber there is.
Eventually I'm not going to be working as much, and then I can actually focus on filming.
Oh, sure.
Eventually. I mean, I already have like a microphone, so that's a better improvement.
He's got a microphone. Oh, hey,
I
this is a good
know,
question. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no. I have things written and it's all just like, please, I don't want to work like 70 hours a week. I just want to film things.
Yeah. What's everybody reading? Oh, they're
What are you guys saying about me?
nothing.
Not a darn thing.
Quick, delete the first 5 minutes.
Dang it. Nah, we're not live. Nobody's watching. This isn't live. Don't worry about it.
What's up?
What's
You
going on?
guys talking about Toy Story?
Well, we were.
Is this what we signed? Is this what the people
Briefly.
signed up for?
Briefly, we were.
No, here's a good question. What's everybody reading? Bookworm says, I'm currently reading Dungeon Crawler Carl and the Devils.
It's the new Joe Abercrombie book that just came out, I believe.
Mm.
I'm reading The Readjusted Man or whatever the hell that book's called.
The what?
What is it called?
The Reassembled Man.
Reassembled Man. And we all have this cover, right?
I have a similar one. Mine have dresses on.
Oh, yeah. Have you shown that live? Did we show that live? Oh, dude.
Do you want me to go get it?
Yes.
I'm guessing it's not about a chiropractor.
No, but we're gonna have to be readjusted by the time we finish this one.
Yes.
I'm currently reading Nonstop by Brian Aldiss.
Good one.
A Starship.
Nice. That's a good book.
Double
It's a
Aldous.
very good book. Way better than Orphans in the Sky.
I've not read that one yet, but I've heard it's similar. I love the plot of that book. I cannot stand the characters of Nonstop. They are so annoying, but the plot around them is so fascinating.
Oh, that priest gets on my nerves.
Gosh, I hate it so much. Yeah, dude. But I'd recommend the book because it's just that plot is fascinating.
Yeah, you think like the title is like a spoiler with the English one being like Nonstop, but
yeah,
you know it's up chapter 1.
pretty much. Yeah.
All right. So this is the cover, the original Frazetta. You know, got some nudies there. What did your edition?
Somebody drew dresses on them.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna make you
10.
full screen. Somebody drew dresses.
The censorship is getting out of control.
Somebody's mom drew dresses on them. Even the little one. What a ripoff! I paid $10 for this piece of crap.
Oh my god.
Disgusting.
Oh, that's gross. I hate that.
Pin all over it. They marked it's out so hard that it's like you can see it through the back of the cover.
That's messed up.
Oh, I'd be furious.
So weird. What kind of mom would just do that to their poor kid's book? Like, I don't want to see these nudies on the cover.
Mom, it's a collectible.
I don't care. You got to
It's
draw
literature.
It's a Frazetta, you know that?
It's a Frazetta. That moms don't care about Frazetta. In fact, I'd say moms don't even like Frazetta.
You know what's funny that it's funny that you bring that up because when we did Dancer from Atlantis, I was showing that book off, and my mom of all people was like, "Oh, that's a really good cover," and we were like, especially Ben, we were bashing it the whole time, saying, "Oh, it's not one of his better covers." But my mom watched the live stream. She's like, "This is a pretty good piece of art. I put that on the wall." I'm like, "Really?"
Well, you know what you're getting for Christmas, Mom.
I guess so. I guess I'm gonna have to get her a Frazetta print.
Mom's against Frazetta.
Mom's against Frazetta.
Yeah, that's about right. I just finished Secret People and have yet to start The Reassembled Man, but I will be. That's what I'll be reading.
Yep, I'm reading Reassembled Man. I am gonna of course keep reading my my next Redwall book because I have to finish all those. Yeah, I know.
That's why I fell asleep for a second.
Yeah.
What did Tim say?
Okay. But after that, I'm immediately going to jump on to this book, I think. Book of Skate.
Oh, yeah. I just picked that up, too, because
Yeah.
you mentioned it.
It's weird. I want to say like book 1, but it's really just like 2 novellas that Lee Brackett wrote before she started this. Eric John Stark, Outlaw of Mars, was awesome. It's straight up, sword and sorcery in outer space. Ton of fun. I was just loving it from beginning to end. Dave from the Vintage Paperback Reader recently read the Scathe trilogy, and he had some interesting things to say about it. So I'm kind of looking forward to checking those out.
Nice. Kevin Toll, I just logged on here in the middle of Walmart to say Tim and Jake rock. Jake, hard pass.
Oh, he messed up the joke.
Now here's the thing. Kevin, pause what you're doing in Walmart, because we do have this kind of animosity. Like somehow we became kind of rivals, and kind of internet. I just want to bury the hatchet. I just want to be friends. And so I kind of made a little quick video for you, Kevin, that I want to just show you, just to hopefully this will be like an olive branch. It's anyway, I'll just here, we'll all watch it together. This is a video for Kevin Troll.
So welcome back to Kevin Troll Reads, where I'm going to be doing something a little different today. I'm doing a book review, and it's not going to be my normal edited, polished.
So with that, yes, I'd like to bury the hatchet, Kevin.
It's very nice of you, Jake.
What do you expect messing with Pulp Boredom?
Don't try and troll a troll.
Exactly.
Definitely the oddest thing to see in a Walmart right now.
It probably isn't the oddest thing he's seeing in a Walmart right now.
It's fair. There's been some scary sights at my recent at my local Walmart.
If you can ever find bracket Sea Kings of Mars, jump on that.
Ooh,
Pricey.
Is it pricey?
I think there's like a Gong's edition of everything, but it's it might be $100 plus.
Cool. Okay.
I'm seeing if I have it right now. Pulling up my spreadsheet like a real man.
It's all right here. This is my spreadsheet.
Same, man.
You'll need.
That's usually my spreadsheet, and it never works.
Wow.
That's why I have all my books unorganized. I just know where everything is.
I tried alphabetizing my books a while ago, and it made me angry. I was like, nope, don't like it.
You got to do it by specific subgenre, Tim.
You have to.
Yeah, you got to keep all the planes and trains and
planes and trains in their own area until it gets too big, and then the trains will have their own section.
Oh, so the Sea King is also the Sword of Rhiannon. I have that one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
According to Matthew G. And Matthew G usually knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Ha ha, Kevin. Ha 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 ha. Hope you don't get shanked in that Walmart. Ha ha. Your last name is Towel. Anyway.
Oh, famous last words.
I'm sure he's never heard that one before. No, I need to read Sword of Rhiannon. It's been on my list for a long time. So, and it's an Appendix N book. It's one of the D&D inspirational reading novels. So, gotta get on that soon.
Mm-hmm.
I need to pick up more of those. I keep seeing the spreadsheet, and then I only have a couple of titles.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because a lot of those Appendix N D&D books are out of print now. So, we were just talking to Virgil from Literally Books, and he was bringing up Niftaline, and that's another Appendix N book. It's impossible to find it nowadays.
Yeah.
So, but
stop playing with your microphone, Nick.
It doesn't move like yours does. It's in the shot, or I got to sit up here. I hate it.
Oh, mine has a desk attachment you hook on there, and then it just kind of slides into it, and you can spin around wherever you want.
I mean, mine does too, but it only goes back and forth.
Oh.
Anyway, not important. You know what I stopped reading to read Regurgitated Man? this wonderful book here.
Nice.
Oh.
And it's amazing. It's one of the best things I've ever read, and I have to
Yeah.
stop and go read
yeah.
Regurgitated Man.
Oh, I love that. I'm on the lookout. Is that a double day? Is that a book club?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you been reading the stories in order, Nick?
All I've gotten to is Shamblu.
It's such a good story, though, isn't it?
I know, it's
I
amazing.
love that story so much.
I can't believe how awesome she is.
Have you guys read any Henry Kuttner?
No, I need
No.
to.
Okay.
Yes, a couple short stories.
Yeah. See how more whips.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whips are good.
I've read some Kuttner. I guess I've read one Henry Kuttner, and I enjoyed it. But now that I've read some C.L. Moore,
Mhm.
because they wrote together,
Right,
I
right.
can tell what she wrote. Like her style, because there was some parts of the Henry Kuttner, I'm just like, boy, it just got like really good all of a sudden. And now now that I've read C.L. Moore, I'm like, okay, I know exactly what parts she took over.
That's awesome.
Jeff's Cave of Cool Books just did a Henry Kuttner story from a Weird Tales, and he said it was awesome.
It's good. I read I can't remember
First
what I
off.
read. Speaking of being professional, time. All right, Jeff. We'll see you next week.
Yep. See you Saturday.
Earn. Oh, earn, but he meant to say earn. Nah, we're gonna leave it at eat. He eat his book money.
Eat your book
What a
money.
what a weirdo.
All that YouTube money just goes to his belly.
Oh,
Dang
yeah.
it, Jeff. Yeah, I love C.L. Moore. She's freaking awesome.
She's great. I have not read Mutant by Henry Kuttner. I think I have it, but he's one of those authors that I pretty much buy whatever if I see him, I buy it with you guys.
I don't think I have any of his books in my collection, unfortunately. There might be some short stories in my anthologies, but yeah, I need to read his stuff.
Yeah, he's fun. You can tell he's having fun while he's writing.
Nice.
And I like it when writers do that. Like you can tell when a writer is like, oh, they're having a blast. Now, some people you can tell they're having a blast because they're just writing as fast as they can and it just sucks. But you can tell like it's just I don't know what it is, but it's just you can get a sense of him through his through his prose and through the movement of the story. It's very, very fast moving.
Nice.
At least what I read. Valley of the Flame, that's what I read.
Mm.
And it was with the tiger people.
Nice.
It's a great
Not
job.
popular science fiction without cat people of some kind.
Yes. Are you trying to do another meow?
No.
Meow on a live stream?
No, we're done with that.
No, we're not.
Don't you dare.
You'll see at my review next week.
Oh, yay. Fantastic. Alak. Yeah, okay, I've heard of it. I just, again, need to read it. Interesting.
Okay. He's not all powerful.
There's just so much like pulp stuff that's out there that I need to catch up on.
Yeah.
It's incredible how good those Weird Tales authors are.
Oh, yeah.
The more I read, I'm just like, God, this was like the best stuff ever.
Mm-hmm. And ahead of its time, weirdly enough.
Yeah, I just finished reading Asimov Greatest SF Volume 1, 1939, and Moore's story in that is incredible.
Nice.
About like trying to decide what woman to marry, and the timeline diverges in both cases for either two different end of the world scenarios. And it's a sci-fi like from Weird Tales, and with that quality writing, it's just amazing.
Oh, Sanctum here because they weren't constrained by genre. Do you think that's the case?
I mean, I guess Weird Tales, it was just kind of like a mishmash of horror, fantasy, mystery, science fiction. But I mean, who knows? I think that it was a time when it was a time where people were definitely trying to figure out like what worked with popular fiction. And obviously we have like decades and decades of knowledge as to what sells and what doesn't now. And I think back then, if it wasn't like literature that you'd get, from the libraries or had to pay like a fortune to have in hardcover books, you could be free to just like experiment with stuff. And so I think the experimentalism, I guess, of those old pulp magazines is just what gives it that flavor. And it's just like, oh my gosh, this is all so fresh, because people were just throwing whatever weird ideas they had at those magazines.
Bye, Kevin. We love you.
Kevin.
Goodbye.
Kevin.
Have fun shopping.
He's not like, I have to go. He's probably literally running from something in Walmart.
Yeah.
You're in the way of the cat litter. I need you to move. Lady, I'm trying to stream here. No, go.
I blame D&D for ruining fantasy. It used to be weirder. Oh. What do you think of that, Tim? Our resident fantasy expert.
Well, I
Tim's
don't know
disagreeing
if-
with all the comments.
I don't know if like Dungeons and Dragons is necessarily to blame. To be fair, Dungeons and Dragons as a whole is just like a melting pot of every kind of fantasy. But even then, it was trying to emulate like the weirder stuff. Like if you read like the old D&D rule books, it's mostly trying to like emulate weird tales style fiction. There's a lot more straight up science fiction and horror stories in Appendix N than there are like sword and sorcery stories. So I don't know. I guess that at a time, maybe in like the late 70s, early 80s, people were more inspired by like role-playing games that were coming out at the time. And so they wanted to have that sort of generic fantasy, like medieval fantasy style going. But I don't necessarily know if D&D is to blame for that.
I don't know.
Definitely the popularization of Lord of the Rings, though, definitely influenced the whole massive, doorstopper fantasy novel market that we have now. I don't know how much of the style rubbed off on people, but
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, we liked your Lord of the Rings video today.
oh yeah, it was a fun one.
Diplomatic.
Yeah.
It's diplomatic.
That's a nice way to put it. Thank you, Nick.
Oh man, I was at work all day. I don't even know what people published today.
Yeah, it was a lot more diplomatic. That's the right word. It was diplomatic, because if I showed you that the thoughts on here, it would not be nearly as
Why you gotta call me out like that?
as diplomatic.
Why you gotta call me out like that?
Not you. You are usually the most even keeled. While Nick and I are flying off the handle about something, you're like, no, this is like, guys, it's actually this person's not that bad. Usually,
I said nothing bad about anyone.
you did not.
I was a very good boy.
I'm looking knowingly at the chat, like, we know.
Oh, whatever.
We know.
No, but seriously, even though I made that video kind of as a joke, there was like a kernel of truth I was trying to get through, where I was like, man, I really tend to judge things purely by what I expect them to be. Like, I felt genuinely bad after we did the Parasaurian stream with Richard, and I was like, man, I was just judging that book the whole time based off of that front cover. Like,
That's what they sold you. You weren't wrong.
Fair, yeah, that's what it's like. Why would you put down the front cover if it's not this action-packed dino hunting adventure? But at some point, I can clearly see that Robert Wells wanted it to be this kind of thoughtful, psychological, techno thriller kind of story. And that's what he wanted to make. And then the publisher was like, it's got dinosaurs. So we'll put people shooting dinosaurs on the front cover.
Has your Nick, how about you? Has your because I think Richard and I were the only, I can't remember your opinion on it, Nick. Richard and I were the only ones that were like, this was pretty good. This was a 5 out of 10 read, I think. What were your thoughts about it? The reason why I'm asking is because, like, as time has gone on, I didn't think I would, after our conversation, I didn't think I would like that book more, but as time has passed, I kind of like it a little more the more I've thought about it.
Really?
Maybe you just like the idea of it more than the actual,
maybe,
how it read, because it was pretty boring, if you remember. Like, not a lot happened.
It wasn't boring. Not a lot. True that not a lot happened, but like it didn't. I wouldn't say it wasn't action packed at all, but I wouldn't say it was boring. At least not to me, just because there was so much subtext and so much stuff happening, and like that mystery, kind of behind the scenes. Yeah, but it wasn't.
I remember moving slowly.
It was moving slowly. Yeah,
A bunch of I don't know, just kind of filler where the romantic interest, pointless romantic interest, shoved in a place where it shouldn't be.
That's the element that really threw it off for me. That how they constantly are pushing this weird relationship between those two main characters.
So you're saying Book Pilled would have liked this? Would have liked the Parasaurians because
He might have.
has a pointless romance shoved in there.
I can't say. I'm just saying he might have.
I'll text him. We'll see. I'll text him right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember the Parasaurians. I remember the Morbid Taste for Bones more. I think about that more than Parasaurians.
Really?
Ever since I listened to that Lighting the Pipes podcast. Did you guys happen to check that out?
No, I need to check that out.
I did, no.
And they do this thing at the beginning where they talk about the Crusades, and then they relate it to how Brother Cadfield, what he does in the book, like whether he would do this, and they're like, oh, if he was at this time, in this battle, and it was incredible. I was totally blowing explaining it, but it was just like, I don't know, it made me change like my whole perspective on it. And it makes me think that it gets a lot better as it goes along.
Okay. I've heard it does. Apparently, I looked it up online, and on most, like, I don't know how much to trust those like aggregate sites like Goodreads and stuff, but on those kind of websites, I've seen it's one of the lower ranked of the series. So
I don't trust those sites at all.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the Goodreads reviews, they're always like, I read this when I was 8 and I remember it being okay. Like, okay. Oh, I have some Ron Gallart covers I would like to join this conversation. If you guys don't know Geek Love Dogs, they he did a video about 3 Ron Gallart books, and I think that's probably what made you sick, Paul. Yeah, they almost broke him.
All I know about that guy is he wrote the Vampirella books. Anytime anyone says it, that's all I can think.
I have a bunch of his stuff, but I hate all the covers. They all suck.
Well, the Vampirella covers are wonderful.
Are they Frazettas or?
I don't remember.
No.
It's in the other room.
I gotta say, Keith, your bookshelf is making me nervous. I feel like at any second you're just gonna we're gonna see a death. We're gonna see you die.
Don't know what you're talking about. They're fine.
Maybe it's just the angle, but yeah,
they're fine. Like they're set perfectly. Like it's like Tango, right? So
I feel like they're moving.
I take a block from the bottom and I put it on top.
No.
Didn't Gallart also write the Tech War books?
I don't know. Geek Loves Dogs would probably know. He's our resident Gallart expert now.
Oh.
Because on my TBR, just for laughs, I have the first Tech War novel in there just to see how bad it can be.
Is that the William Shatner thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know much about it. I just keep hearing people bring it up.
Ooh.
Gallart wrote a series with Groucho Marx as a detective.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he wrote Tech War.
Oh.
Shatlart.
Hey, talk nice about the Shat.
I love Shat, but
the Shat.
he did not come up with anything in those books.
Speaking of which, I am like halfway through season 3 of Star Trek, the original series right now. Still enjoying it, but man, are these episodes getting cheesier and cheesier.
No.
Yeah, yes, dude. I'm trying to think. What was the last one I saw? I think it's the one. It's the one where Bones gets a love interest, and it's the one where it's like
that's the first episode.
Is it
with the salt monster?
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about the one where it's what is the title? I'm gonna remember the title. The earth is hollow, and I have touched the sky. where it's these people that are living in an asteroid that's hurtling through space,
Oh yeah. Mhm.
and like the priestess falls in love with Bones, and it's really weird.
The cheese is the appeal. Yeah.
No, I understand that. It's just they are getting like mondo cheesy.
It's probably because my wife once wanted to watch Star Trek, so she's like, I want to watch because I like Star Trek. So we started the Next Generation, and we plowed through like the first 3 seasons in like not even a month, and she was at the point where she's like, I have to stop. I have to stop because the first 3 seasons are pretty rough of TNG. I was like, no, it gets so much better. But yeah, it's just, maybe what's happening is you're getting too much cheese, and you just need to, you can't have cheese with every meal, kid. You got to like
maybe
have that charcuterie. It's a once a week type of meal.
Yeah. To be fair, the last episode I watched was like a week or so ago, so I've given myself a break. I'll have to catch up, but.
Season 3 is the one where the cave and like the like a blob monster wants like sentience or something.
Oh, you talking about
Sounds familiar.
Arsenal? Is that Arsenal?
Wait,
No,
you guys still talking about
Seed of
TNG,
Evil?
or
The one with the slime pit,
Yeah, something like that. I know.
which is
remember
one of
it's
the
like
best episodes ever of any show ever. Not just because somebody dies.
I have to do.
You're talking about Next Generation.
On Next Generation. Sorry, we changed.
that's okay.
I was talking about the original series again.
What are we talking about? Oh,
I don't know. I was a Deep Space Nine fan in the 90s, so
I keep hearing that's a lot of people's like pet favorite out of the franchise.
it was at the time when I watched Deep Space Nine. I was like, oh, this is by far the best. As time has gone by, I've come to like, I kind of shifted back to original. Now I'm like, nope, TNG is the best. It just ended so good. But DS9, it introduced like a linear story to Star Trek for the first time, and like this huge galactic war, and it was.
Is Deep Space Nine the one where they're stuck in that mall out in space? And they never go anywhere or do anything.
It's the promenade. It's not a mall. It's the promenade.
Like most strip malls, there is a bar with shady people in it, so it kind of works.
I've never heard that referred to as a mall in space, but it totally is.
The food court.
There's a food court.
When you wish that Star Trek took place in a food court at the mall, well, now it does. Deep Space Nine. Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
Odo Blart Mall Cop.
Odo Blart. Oh, that's great. Promenade, yeah, the food court.
I will say I am excited to get to TNG eventually, because from what I've seen, it fleshes out. It has like a little more character development for the individual characters, and also fleshes out like the stuff that goes on board the starship. Whereas in TNG, TOS, it's mostly, so far at least, it's mostly been like, okay, whatever problem we're focusing on, that is the main focus of the episode. So
yeah. As Deep Space Nine goes on, more and more stuff happens at other places. Once they get the Defiant, they get a little cruiser ship that zips around, and at that point, it becomes more. Not every episode takes place in the mall.
But Nick said it did.
That's all I watched. I was like, this sucks.
Defiance is the bus that takes you to the mall and back. So. Okay, well, get in. We're going to the wormhole. Like, yes, yes, Cisco.
I went to Washington over the weekend. I'm in Texas. And I went back to Washington because my grandma died. Thanks everybody for your well wishes. Just kidding. Nobody said anything.
Well,
anyway, she was really old. But I don't. But that's probably one of the main reasons why I didn't post a video today, because I got back on like Tuesday, and then it was just a whole ordeal. Super sick. I got it back Monday. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The days have been flowing together. What I'm trying to say is, I did go book shopping at when I was in Washington, because we got a reservation for this restaurant, and we had like a half hour before we could sit down. I knew there was a strip mall or an antique mall across the street, so I was like, I'll be right back. So I took off, but they didn't have any paperback, but they did have a bunch of those digests.
Ooh.
So I got a bunch of those cool, like the fantasy of science fiction.
Nice.
And
Galaxy, there we go.
Galaxies.
Oh,
I like Galaxy.
And this one's pretty cool. It's just great science fiction. And look, Ron Gillard.
Hey.
he brings it all together.
It's actually kind of funny though, because like I told my kids that, hey, grandma died, or your great grandma died, and my daughter, she's very sweet. She doesn't have a dark sense of humor like I do. Of course, Jake did some book shopping, going there for a funeral. Oh, look at books. But she's crying. When I tell my kids she's holding me, I'm hugging her. She's crying, and she's like, "How did Grandma die?" And I was like, "Well, she was very old and very sick, and she just suddenly died. Just was upstanding, talking, and then just keeled over." And she goes, "Well, what was the last thing she said?" And I was like, "Shoot," because the last thing my grandma said was, "I have to pee."
Oh.
And then she just clocked out. And so I told her that. I said, "Well, the last thing Grandma said was like," and we're all crying, she had to pee.
Oh.
And my daughter starts cracking up laughing. And we're all like, "It's funny, but it's not like that." Then she goes, "She died doing what she loved." And I just kind of broke it, and we all started cracking up laughing. But yeah, it was really funny. Well, anyway, thanks for bringing the stream. Thanks for bringing the stream down, everybody.
Yeah,
You all acting like you're not going to die.
Sweet. Let's talk about Neil Gaiman next.
Oh.
Oh no, what did he do now?
There's a callback to what Jake did to us one time in an Ebes episode.
What do you mean? I've never done that.
You say that, but Mark took that and ran with it. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember that now. Yeah.
Don't worry, Neil Gaiman was at the funeral too.
Oh.
At the funeral. Yeah, he's everywhere. You never know. You never know where Neil Gaiman's lurking. Could be right behind you. No, it's just your bookshop or your bookshelf that's about to kill you. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
It only looms ominously. Like it's fine. Like look, it's fine. Famous last words.
So when are you posting anything, Keith?
Well, I got 3 scripts written, and I'm going to actually reshoot an episode I did because I had to do some filming in winter, and now all the snow's gone. So
He posts on Instagram. If you were there, Jake, you would know.
I post a lot on Instagram.
What are you, a chick?
Maybe.
What?
I don't know. I'm not on Instagram. I don't know. None of my buddies are on Instagram except for you.
I'm on Instagram.
We
are
all
too?
are. Brian,
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? Booty pics? What are y'all doing on
Richard?
Instagram?
Jim.
What do you think we're doing?
Of course,
on Instagram,
Jim's on
Jake?
Instagram.
We're posting about books.
Jim's trying to get banned off of Instagram, probably. Here I am making sugar snap pea wine.
Not that Jim.
Here's all the books we
man.
bought, and here we are just deleting all the e-thoughts to try to get with us, right? That's all Instagram is.
You know, I don't think I want any of that Instagram traffic.
Well, there's cat photos now and then, so
It's just cat.
it balances out.
We get enough cat photos on our science fiction book covers, ain't that right, Tim?
To be fair, this is true. I'm not doing it again.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Here's a CJ cherry for your troubles. There you go. Cats.
Meow. I could grab any Andre Norton here, and I
I
guarantee,
know, right?
I guarantee you, within 2 grabs, it'll have a it'll have a kitty cat.
Does this have a kitty cat? Let's see. No, it's just the mind cage. No kitties there.
That is a good cover, though.
I think that's the only
Great
Andre
cover.
Norton I don't have.
How many books did she write? Like, is it in the hundreds? Because every time I go to a used bookstore in the science fiction section, it's like an entire bookcase is just Andre Norton.
My Andre Norton starts here
Uh-huh.
and goes to here.
Sounds about right.
You can't see because my big stupid head's in the way.
I have one Andre Norton book, and it's only because it was in a free little library I was putting some books into. The Dark Destroyer, what the hell is it called? I don't know, it's up there somewhere. It's like a barbarian ripoff book.
Same here. Nothing but Norton everywhere. Yeah.
I hear Witch World is really, really good, so I'm going to give that a try eventually. But
yeah, she just I
mean, if you put out that kind of input or output, it's going to be there's going to be shoddy stuff.
I am hesitant because I know she wrote the book Beastmaster, and I loved the film growing up, but I know it's like nothing like the book.
Yeah,
I like Beastmaster 2.
Oh, the time travel one?
Yeah, when he comes and Kari Wurr's in it, and he comes to LA.
What?
That's my favorite.
God, I have that on VHS in the other room. and there's a third one. I've never watched it.
really.
I've never seen the third one.
Do they all have Mark Singer?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Makes sense. He wasn't doing anything else.
No.
Well, he's not getting those B bucks anymore, so it's a Beastmaster
yeah.
bucks.
Norton is boxed up. Good covers. They do have some good covers. There are a couple of Nortons that I have duplicates of that I can't get rid of because I'm like, these are both pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
I'm not going to read them. Oh, it's such a book desert. There's not even much Norton.
That's just sad.
There's been bookshops around here that I will like leave the Norton on the shelf because like I have so much Andre Norton, and then like eventually after like the third or fourth time passing, I'm like, all right, you can come home with me, poor thing.
Just a bunch of outlaw gore books, no Nortons.
There's a lot of gore books here. Mercedes Lackey. I don't have anything by Mercedes Lackey.
Tim, you do, don't you?
I have a couple of hers.
Oh, I don't think I have any.
We have a couple.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could do 5 books a year. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I wish I could do 1 book a year.
I'm trying. I'm trying to do at least 1 book a year. It's not working out so far. Trying to have this one finished by the end of the month, and it is definitely not happening. I'm not even done with. I think I'm at like 20,000 words right now. It's supposed to be like 50,000. So we'll see.
Trying to collect all the DAWs. Yep. That's a dangerous road to go down, my friend.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of dangerous roads, what the heck? The outlaw Levi Wallace has joined us.
The one and only.
Welcome.
Say something, Levi.
There's not much to say. I was just gonna hang out.
Tell us more about your glorious stash.
I grew this in the 3rd grade, and they made me shave it off. Those Marine drill instructors are pretty tough. But,
I feel you, man. I had like mutton chops when I was 11. People made fun of me about it.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I couldn't grow anything till I was like 30.
It was weird. There's a family photo of when I was like 11 or 12 years old down at Myrtle Beach. We're posing in front of the Myrtle Beach sign, and I just have these giant, thick, bushy sideburns. They go all the way down.
Bring it back.
No, absolutely not.
Danzig sideburns.
Just mutton chops and a bowl cut. That's all you need as a kid.
But did any of you unironically have a rat tail?
I did. But
nice.
That was my era.
Yeah. We all had rat tails.
One time I had steps that went around my whole head and then a mullet that was right there.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I had a mullet to the bottom of middle of my back. Dude, that's powerful.
You should post a photo on your YouTube with that.
Of a sad 8-year-old fat Jake with a giant mullet.
It's not bullying if it's your future self doing it to you.
That's true. Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Grew the stash after watching Tombstone.
I love that movie so much.
So good.
I don't know if it shows up on camera, but I got the Val Kilmer strip right here.
There you go.
Nice.
As soon as I grew this, my brother just went around the house calling me Doc Holliday all day.
Nice.
Hey, take that back.
Yeah. What the
Well,
hell?
you're not wrong, but like, take it back.
Levi, you got to answer this now. What have you been reading lately?
This morning I finished The Dragon Masters by Jack Vance,
Nice. I have that. I need to check it out.
and I gotta clean my desk at some point. Everything's piling up. I'm working my way through The Black Stranger and Other American Tales by Robert E. Howard.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Charging my way through that. I got The Complete Western Stories of Elmore Leonard
Nice.
that I've been working on for about 6 months, and I'm that far through.
That's a lot of Western.
Yeah, and just it's all over the place.
Yeah. I need to check out Dragon Masters. Nick, you sent me a double that had Dragon Masters in it. And I didn't even, yeah, you did. I didn't even think about it until Grammaticus posted a video about it a little while ago. I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's why I went looking for it. I saw
Yeah.
his video, and
Yeah, I need to check it out. Freaking, was it like bioengineered dragon people, essentially?
they're aliens.
Okay.
So like these aliens came down, they were attacking what it was essentially like, it's not medieval England, some other planet, but they had the technological development of like late medieval period.
Mm.
And they just ended up capturing these aliens and breeding them into super soldiers.
Nice.
Oh, that's right. I watched that video. And then the aliens breed the humans into mutants, right?
Mhm.
And isn't it the two mutated forms fight?
Yeah.
Right?
Sounds amazing.
The ending chapters is just a bunch of freaks going at it and butting heads.
I'm gonna read it someday.
You're selling me on this.
It's pretty good, yeah. I mean, it's kind of middling. Things aren't described as much as I would have liked to have created like the visual image, but it moves really quick. Like you're not going to waste a lot of time getting stubbed up on. It's like, what does that dragon look like?
Now, which version do you have? Do you have it in one of the doubles? Because that's the only one time I've seen that book as a double.
I got it through a library rental, so
Okay.
it was like a hardcover,
Oh,
published in like 1962 or 63 or something like that.
okay. Because the only ones I've ever seen were the Ace double, where it's Dragon Masters on one side, and then another of his novellas, The Last Castle, on the other side. And Last Castle sounds awesome too, because it's apparently about this other planet where they've built these like autonomous fortresses that like do all the fighting for them. I guess that's how it's been described to me.
I thought I had it because I got Last Castle, but the double, but the other side is World of the Sleeper. What the heck is this? Bull crap.
Now, what I read on Wikipedia was that Dragon Masters was doubled with either the Golden Band or 5 Golden Bands or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
Come on, chat, help us out here.
Yeah, no. All I'm saying is I need to read more Vance. His stuff sounds awesome, and a lot of it is out of print. So
Don't read the Blue World. I hated that.
yeah, you've told
It
me.
was so stupid.
But there is doesn't someone make like a sword out of human blood or something?
Which sounds cool. Yeah, it sounds cool. That's
Well, like
it.
he puts it in the freezer, like a popsicle or something.
No, that would make a lot more sense. They're on a lily pad, and so they have to make it out of like what they can find off the lily pad. So he constructed a forge from the lily pad, and it was really stupid.
With rainwater, or what's on the lily pad?
Well, eventually, like I think Jack Vance was trying to make it like as hard science fiction as he could, and eventually he couldn't because hey, you can't make a blood sword when you just live on a lily pad in a world where there is no wood, stone, rock, or metal, nothing. You can't do that. And so eventually he just started like saying sea goo was how everything was accomplished. He's like, with a generous amount of sea goo, they magically did this. And yeah, it was so stupid.
Oh, Sigu, is there anything you can't do?
Well, I imagine you could make a blood sword if you were one of Robert E. Howard's iron-thewed barbarians.
There you go.
Just do it for pure brute strength.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
What's butte strength? Is it like brute strength, but from Canada? Stupid Canadian accent.
Man, Keith, I'm sorry you're catching strays over here, man.
That's okay. What did I read? Advances. I read Languages of Pow, and I really enjoyed that one.
I do have that one. I've heard that one's really good.
Yeah, even though like it does have that like ludicrousness to it too. Like, oh, what's all the technology? Well, I don't want to give spoilers, but it's a 4 out of 5 read.
Ooh.
I need to read Dying Earth. Everyone says I need to read Dying Earth, and it's like the ones that are available have just the dumbest covers. Like there's the big omnibus you can get off Amazon. It's only like $15, but it has this ridiculously stupid like spaceship cover that has nothing to do with the stories. And all the original like the Ace paperbacks, they all have that awesome Jack Gunn art, but they're going for like $90, $100.
Oh jeez.
Isn't there like a 6 or 7 volume set? Of
Yeah,
like
well, that's
everything
one-
Jack Vance.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that big one. I have the Mayflower one here somewhere behind it. Maybe I can't reach it.
Mm.
That's a good cover.
Mm. I need to.
Eve should do Eye of the Overworld. Is that a Jack Vance?
That's I'm pretty sure that's like the sequel to the Dying Earth. I think.
Yeah, I think that's book 2.
Okay. Yeah, I need to check any of them out. I've never seen any Dying Earth in the wild, unfortunately.
Aha. I got sent that Dying Earth that you were hating on when I
There
was first getting into this. Oh yeah, that's nice.
Oh, there
Yeah,
we go.
it's like the
That
only
is-
good cover I've ever
cool.
seen. Everything else is like, here's your old wizard or some kind of explosion in space.
In the small view, that book cover looked like Pride Rock when he's holding Simba up there. Am I the only one that saw that?
That's another cartoon, Nick. That's another cartoon
Yeah,
you should
I haven't
you
seen
should
it.
watch.
You haven't seen The Lion King either?
Oh, let it, he's not going to watch. If he's not going to watch Toy Story, he's not going to watch The Lion King.
I didn't
No.
see The Lion King until 2 days ago.
What
Really?
did you do as a kid?
Really?
Yeah, I was watching my nephew and we were just going to watch movies. I put that on. That's the first time I had seen it all the way
Huh.
through. I know
That's
other
how
people
you-
in the house had watched it, but that's the first time I had seen it.
That's how you should watch kids' movies with kids.
Hey, bro. Yeah,
Dude,
I did have younger siblings. So.
Yeah, we're just saying, Toy Story, the first Toy Story, is legitimately a good movie. Like, kids movie or no, it's just like legitimately a well-made.
I've
fun movie.
Oh yeah.
I've heard that argument for every kids movie, and I'm always like, "What are you guys talking about? This is a kids movie." When we watch it, I'm like, "Okay,
If
Well, Watership Down's a kid's movie too.
no, that's not a kids movie.
Hey, I watched it as a kid and I turned out fine.
It's not a kids movie."
I think we all watched it as a kid. That's why we're here.
I did a
Fire-
double feature of that in Clockwork Orange when I was like 12. Like,
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's messed up.
It's one heck of a double feature.
Is
I
Fire,
was unsupervised a lot.
is Fire and Ice a kids movie?
No. Oh, I need to watch that. I just watched the there's like a 3-part video series that the Frazetta Girls channel uploaded talking about Fire and Ice. It's like an in-depth like documentary almost to the making of that movie. So freaking cool.
It's for free on YouTube.
I know, I need to watch it again.
I almost watched it last night. Not even exaggerating. I almost
No,
watched it
Fire
last
and
night.
Ice.
It's pretty good. Like, do that with a double feature for like Wizards, have a backseat evening.
Ooh.
Well, instead, I watched Phoenix 2772. Haven't you seen that?
No.
Nobody's seen it. It's one of those movies I watched when I was really little. Saw it at the library, and it's old Osamu Tezuka anime from the 80s.
I feel like you've talked about this before.
I have talked about it before because it was the inspiration for my book I'm writing. But it's
Right.
yeah, like I just bought this the actual book,
Nice.
the promotional booklet from. It's all in Japanese.
Sweet.
It's freaking awesome.
I don't know if I watched. I remember that cover at the video store though. That
Yeah.
is cool.
It's a not really a kids movie, but no, it's actually like it's super trippy because the Osamu Tezuka, he's the guy that did Astro Boy.
Yes.
He did some other very popular animes too. He was heavily inspired by Fantasia, and so
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's like this guy hunting. They're hunting this space phoenix, trying to capture it and kill it, and it gets really dark, and it has prolonged musical numbers. Like it's super trippy. Not song, but just like there's like no dialogue for the first like 20 minutes of this movie. It's just so weird.
Huh.
Like
If you're the type of
2001.
person that partakes in mind altering substances, I would say do so and watch this. Don't start doing that stuff and then watch this, but if you already do that type of stuff.
If you're already, might as well.
If you're already doing that, do it while you're watching this, and you'll have the best time.
Okay.
Big YouTuber just speaking metaphorically.
Mm.
How
You
many
hear that, guys?
How many people are on right now?
Like 150, 200.
Whoa, that's
No,
incredible.
no,
Oh,
it's
wow.
like 25. It's like
No.
25 people.
Well, let's see. There's the 5 of us.
It's 5.
And
Yeah,
there's
not
Jake's
counting the
mom.
5 of us. Yeah.
Well,
So-
everybody in chat is cool right now.
Yeah. Super
The
cool.
real heroes are those guys.
Mhm. Did anyone watch Akira when they were super young? Because I made that mistake. Yeah, I watched that when I was like 12 years old, and the mutation scene at the end of that movie just scarred me for like a good year and a half, probably. Just, but it's one of my favorite movies now. So
Did you try to do the bike slide as a kid?
no, because I had a bad experience as a kid where I fell off my bike, broke my arm, and I was terrified to ride a bike from that point on.
You can't see it because I had a tattoo covering half of it. But yeah, I have a huge scar right here
Yeah.
from doing the bike slide.
You're just a kid. Maybe when you're older. Love that movie so much.
I tried doing the bike slide and then I just went right into my parents' garage door.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kids are indestructible. Well, for the most part.
Yeah.
Is it scarier than Dumbo?
That pink elephant scene is no joke, dude.
Hey, I hate Dumbo. Does anybody like Dumbo?
Really? What?
I don't like it. Even as a kid, I was like, I don't like this. Maybe because as a kid, I was picking up hey, this is kind of racist. But like, other than that part, I was like, I just didn't like it. I thought it was so dull.
It's
I don't
been
remember.
20 years since I've watched Dumbo. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
Same.
I don't know. I was a Black Cauldron kid.
Yeah, you
Mad
were.
over Dumbo. Yeah.
I like the animation for that movie, but if you've read the books, it ruins that movie, honestly.
Really? I got book 2 of that series.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's weird. It takes the plot of the first 2 books plus elements from the other 3 and just like jam packs it into 90 minutes, and it just doesn't work.
Disney was on the verge of like bankruptcy.
Yeah.
At that
Yeah.
point. So makes sense.
But yeah, no, the animation is fantastic. All the Cauldron Born and just the colors, the light effects coming off the sword and stuff. It's gorgeous.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't get talked about enough is Secret of Nim.
It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
That movie's freaking awesome.
That was my favorite movie growing up as a kid.
Did you see that one, Nick?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I don't remember it. It was a million years ago.
Come on, who doesn't remember Mrs. Brisby?
40 years ago, easily. What do you remember 40 years ago?
Being born?
Exactly.
I remember this intense pressure, and then suddenly this bright light.
If we're going to talk about cartoons, unfortunately, I would say that the best one is that Robin Hood that Tim. You
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about before. That's one I remember. I could watch that right now and be like, okay, that's cool.
The Disney Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney had 2 Robin Hoods. They had that one and they had a live action one. I can't remember if it was made before or after, but it's actually pretty darn good.
See, there's some people who say that Robin Hood Prince of Thieves is the best one, but it's actually Robin Hood Men in Tights is the best.
Yes, there we go. There we go.
Who says the Kevin Costner one is the best?
Yeah, I don't know, idiots.
I saw Men in Tights in the theater.
Nice.
I never liked Men in Tights.
Really, dude?
I love all the other stuff, all Mel Brooks' other stuff, but
It's his weakest, I think.
I tried to watch it not too long ago. I was like, this isn't funny.
Oh,
I prefer it over Dracula Undead and Loving It.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say I haven't
I
seen
saw
that
that
one.
in the
But I haven't
theater.
heard things. So.
We walked out of that thing.
101 Dalmatians.
101 Dalmatians was Disney's finest. Bite me.
Aristocats, man.
Aristocats is good.
101
Also,
Dalmatians.
yeah, problematic.
You're problematic.
I know. Yeah, we know.
No, Jake, it's fine if you're making fun of the Frenchman.
Oh,
There you go. There you go.
That's the Aristocats workaround. That's why it's cool.
The Aristocats is cool.
Stick it
Everybody
to
wants
the
to be a
French.
cat. That song will get stuck in your head literally for days.
It's now stuck in my head. Thanks.
Yep, you're welcome. I didn't have to hum a bar.
No.
You got it.
Yep.
Death Note is the best cartoon and animated series.
Never watched. I know all the memes. I just never seen the show or read them.
The first half of it is pretty great. Second half goes into a dumpster. It gets weird after the second half. So
I watched I watched quite a bit of it and it didn't really grab me, if I'm being honest.
it's a very specific kind of like anime where you have to be like super dialed into the story. So
You have to be 13 when you watch it.
that's
That's
true.
the
That's
secret.
true.
Thank you, Levi. Thank you.
How much you enjoy it's based on how edgy you are.
Oh yeah.
There's a scale of like how far into middle high you are.
And that
Like,
scale
each
has to
season of
match.
Death Note you're watching.
It has to match your hairline.
It's like how much you know about dinosaurs as a kid, and the more you age, the more you forget. That kind of scale.
That's true. It's true. I know. I knew the names of every dinosaur when I was a kid. I could tell you like 5 or 6 now.
Not the dinosaur conversation again.
I know. I didn't say anything about it.
You guys are telling me. We're gonna start talking about new video games again.
It was amazing. That was amazing when even Grammaticus was talking about video games on the last stream, and poor Nick's just like, I like Super C.
I know. Yeah,
Batman
it's brutal.
series is
Nothing beats Cubert.
awesome. Oh yeah.
The game or the cartoon? What are we talking about?
Whoa!
You guys like books?
Do you guys like books?
I used to, but then I
what's a
started
book?
talking about anime.
Now I only read manga. I only read books backwards.
Oh God, I hate that stuff.
Just as nature intended. Is that Nightmare? What is that? Nightmare Alley?
It's Junji Ito Alley. I forget which volume.
Oh, Junji Ito.
in order to-
Sweet.
Never read him before, so I figured I'd give it a shot.
See,
Nick,
that's
I could,
manga.
I
you
could
would
see your
actually like.
eyes glazing over, Nick.
No, but Nick would actually like Junji Ito, though.
No, I don't.
Yes,
I
you
have
would.
a whole shelf of them.
Oh,
I do
really?
not. I can't stand it. I've
Okay.
never liked it. I've
Okay.
never liked the animation, not the cartoons, not the. I forget who made the video. All fiction is fantasy. That guy's great. I love his reviews. I love when he talks about books. But he was talking about how much he liked the H.P. Lovecraft one that just came out. I think it was Mountains of Madness at the time. You know what I'm talking about? I don't
Yeah,
remember who the author is or artist. The author's H.P. Lovecraft. I remember who the artist is. But man, I got it, and I was like, I just don't get this. I don't get why it's so appealing.
I know.
I'm
I
just a
sleep.
stupid Westerner.
Take that, weebs.
Geek Love Dog sleeps under a giant movie poster of Fox and the Hound because her wife's favorite movie.
The movie's
I sleep
sad.
under a big mirror.
Well,
Well, speaking of H.P. Lovecraft, Jake's just out of here. Speaking of H.P. Lovecraft, I recently watched. I don't know how many of you guys have been checking out. I just started watching their videos. Check Your Shelf. Check Your Shelf.
Yes.
They're great. And
I know, I love them.
Thing is, I just watched their At the Mountains of Madness review, which is apparently something they made for another channel. They edited together and put together on this one. Great discussion. Great discussion about At the Mountains of Madness. One of my favorite H.P. Lovecraft stories. And it's a great video. But, oh my gosh. I might have to.
Is that them?
Yes.
Yes. Check Your Shelf.
Subscribed. There we
They're
go.
funny guys. They're funny
Yeah,
guys.
they just did the Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, which I didn't. I love that. That's like one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes. I didn't even know it was a story first. I knew that Richard Madison wrote the screenplay or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that he wrote the story, that there was a story first. Blew my mind. Did you watch their video on the Wendigo?
I watched that one. That was good.
I know it sounds so good. That book.
Yeah, those guys are cool. They just hang out. They had like snow and like wind effects going the whole time. Like they were all bundled up. Entertaining fellas.
Can't wait to watch it now.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I need to read Richard Matheson. I have a collection. It's like I Am Legend plus a bunch of other short stories, because every time he comes up, people are like, oh my gosh, he's amazing. One of the best horror writers ever. You know, he worked on the Twilight Zone. I'm like, yes, I know. But yeah, I just need to get around to that. I was going to try to squeeze it into this month. I was going to try to squeeze I Am Legend into this month, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen because I'm trudging through The Reassembled Man. And like
No
I said,
spoilers.
What?
No spoilers, Tim.
Don't say
I'm not
trudging
spoiling anything. I'm just
through.
saying it's going to take me a while. And yeah, I'm also trying to. There's so much stuff I'm trying to get done this month.
Eads has been in a slump, haven't you?
Well, it can't be any
was it-
worse
it,
than the
if-
duplicated man.
That's pretty awesome.
What was
Spoiler alerts, duplication is in like the last 20 pages.
Oh,
When was the last good book we read on Ebs?
Brother
like
Cadful.
good as in like unanimously agreed upon that it was good.
Yeah, because I wasn't into Brother Cadful. I was bored stiff.
What was before that one?
It was it Conan? We did an Hour of the Dragon.
Yeah, hold on. Let me
Because
check the playlist.
after that, I did what's it called? The Atlantic Abomination.
Oh,
That was good.
cool.
That was fun.
That
Yeah,
was good.
it wasn't like wow, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, the big guy.
The book.
The big guy is probably the last big good one.
Tim didn't like the big guy.
I didn't really like I liked
Dude,
the
I
ending.
love
I didn't
the
really
big
like
guy.
the book.
Big guy was cool. You're
It
wrong,
was
Tim.
cool. It just,
Once again, you're wrong.
I know. I'm sorry.
What's the criteria for Ebs? Nothing. Skinny.
Absolutely nothing.
Skinny books. That's it.
Yeah. Ever since we did the entire Death World trilogy, I think it was Nick.
I said I'm sorry.
I'm not. No, let me finish talking. When we did the Death World trilogy, the first thing Nick said at the end of the video was, "Can we just do single books from now on?" And we were like, "Yes, yes, we will."
I think your criteria that you need is, does it have a cat girl barbarianess riding a dinosaur holding a blood sword? Then that is the Ebs book criteria.
Dang it! I was really hoping you were going to show us something like this.
Yeah.
Have we got the book for you?
It's this one. No. Maybe
I
Karina?
think,
I don't know.
I think Atlantic Abomination was the last one we all agreed on.
Yeah, the criteria we each, for whoever's channel it's on, they select the book. Then we make sure it's skinny. Then we make sure that it's readily, like this one here, readily available.
Yes.
And so with the Parasaurians, that one was a risk because there isn't much Robert Wells out there. And so I gave you guys a heads up early on, and Richard a heads up early on, like long before we announced it, that's what we were doing, because it was kind of a harder book to find. So like keep your eyes peeled. So that one we had a lot of it's an advance time to find it. But yeah, no criteria. Skinny
No,
books.
I know what the criteria is. It's different for each channel. For Tim, the criteria is he's been wanting to read it for a while anyways. So now it's his excuse to get everybody else to join him.
Mhm.
Dang it,
Nick's
Levi,
just
you're
got
not
it
supposed to
hanging
be
around the
smart.
shelf anyways. That's Nick's
That's-
criteria. He just had it laying around. He's like, yeah, this will work. Jake, your bit is, what book can I choose to inflict a maximum amount of pain on my
No, it's
friend?
not.
Yes, that is exactly it. All of it.
No, it's not.
Guys, Levi knows too much.
I do. I literally turn around, and just go like this. I'm like, okay, look it up. All right, it's available.
Well, this is not my fault. Like I said, this is Deb's fault. So blame the omnivorous. Go ahead and share, and subscribe to the omnivorous reader, and because it's her fault for this one.
You need the bisection of like controversy and obscurity, and another one that just goes like, is it bad or good?
See, I've been trying to do Black in Time, and Nick won't let me do it.
Nope.
Jake, tell you what, if you really want
Nope.
to talk about it with somebody, I will get a copy of Black in Time. We can do a buddy read. But I can't promise that it'll end well.
It won't end well.
No.
It's a landmine.
Well,
just
if
a
there's,
field
but we
filled
need
with
to know that
landmines.
if there's a landmine, you need to know where it is. Like you need to.
You just need to use code words. So instead of
Yeah.
Black in Time, it's Mac in Time, and you just replace everything with Irishman.
Only
Yeah,
the
I
Irish can go back to the past.
Hello,
If any-
from
Hey,
Hey,
Oh,
Wag.
hey Eric, what's up? If anyone doesn't know what the plot to Black in Time is,
You
haven't
want
been
to read
that.
it. You want to read it so bad.
I have it and I want to read it, but I'm not getting on a live stream with
What?
you talking about this sensitive subject.
Bill Steph's read it. It's weird. Yeah,
Of its time. There we go.
it is.
How many afros are in the book?
There's one on the cover.
There's one on the cover. The hairdo. The hairdo. Good heavens.
You need the Funkadelic soundtrack for when you do that book.
But to be fair, here's the thing. It was a book about that kind of stuff written by a very white dude. So
Well, Shaft was written by a white dude. And
This is
that
also
turned out
true.
okay.
it's also true.
Shaft.
What? Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Black in Time didn't have quite the same cultural impact, though.
That's because it was
Not
kept
yet.
down by the man.
Not yet. It doesn't. It will.
Oh, poor John Jakes was just like, this needs to get out there.
This Black in Time is the book that will heal our nation.
Right?
We
That's what I'm
need to bring
saying.
it to the forefront.
We need it. America needs it. Canada.
I mean, I
needs
don't
for
need it
sure.
as I don't have a copy and I
Yeah.
don't want one, around the house. But
Well,
those that do,
I'm gonna buy it after the stream. Like, let's get some revenue going for that. Let's make that price go up, baby.
oh my gosh, there's some stuff in the chat there.
Oh gosh,
John Jakes is a very white dude.
John Jakes. What did I say?
No, you said it right.
Did I say it right? Okay.
I think so.
Did he also write? Is that the guy that wrote Brack the Barbarian? Or am I
Yeah,
thinking
Black
someone
the
else?
Barbarian, yeah.
Need to read that as well.
Which I think, did I send that to you, Tim?
No, you sent me all the lame sword and sorcery.
How dare you say that? You
I'm
son
kidding.
of
You
a.
sent me some good stuff.
No, because I thought I had Brack, and then I was like, I didn't have it. I looked over, I was like, I don't have it. I must have sent it to Tim, so I bought it again last time I was out shopping. Because I thought I sent it to you, and I guess it just disappeared. Maybe I sent it to somebody else.
According to Michael K. Vaughan, it's pretty good.
Good. Make your next one. Memoirs found in a bathtub.
Oh gosh. Who was talking about Stanislaw Lem recently? It was probably
Andy Joseph,
Yeah.
Richard.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
he,
It
he
was,
had
yeah.
on Bart from Bart's
Yep,
Book Space.
you're right.
Ah.
And heard good things. It just doesn't sound like my particular kind of SF.
That would be the
FF.
ultimate stream.
Yeah, I need it to be dumber.
The dumber, the better.
Although I didn't feel bad because I was on Richard's channel. We did Null A. I think it was Null A.
Yeah.
By Van Vogt. And I was just like, I feel so bad because I'm gonna feel like so dumb talking to Richard about this because I literally had no idea what the book was about. There was so much that I have no clue what's going on here. And when we talked, neither did he. So I was like, oh, I feel better. Okay. Because I was like, I'm gonna feel like such an idiot.
That's how I felt when we got to Dancer from Atlantis with Ben. I was like, man, he's going to know exactly what's going on. And I'm so lost. And he didn't either. I felt great.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kothar is good. It is a Conan ripoff, but
I did send you the Kothar books. That's
yes, you
right.
did send. You sent me all 5 Kothar books. That was awesome.
Dude, I'm incredible, right?
He wrote Kyrick too.
I sent you the Kyrick too. I remember because
sent me the first Kyrick, yeah.
Because of the green. There's some green on the cover that, yeah, we'll get you taken down on. She has green hair.
Yeah.
He also wrote Cherry Delight.
Yep. Now, see, if Jake was the one that collected sleaze, he would be making us read nothing but Cherry Delight.
You guys would love Cherry Delight. It's awesome.
Are
I
you
wish it was
sure,
easier
though?
to find. We would do one.
Oh, it drives me crazy because we're reading on your channel next, Destroyer number 33, right?
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Something voodoo.
Voodoo
Voodoo die.
die. That's right.
I was just at the kind of a little secret thrift shop I go to, and they had a whole area of destroyers, and it was like 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34. I'm like, what? What the heck?
It's the best one.
I guess so.
You turn around and there's Kevin Toll holding a copy of Voodoo Die.
If I can't find something in either in any of my shops, I blame Joseph from Joseph Reed.
Oh, that you know what?
We shop at the same bookstores, so
There you go. There you go.
yeah.
Yeah, I know Joseph's just dying to get his hands on Destroyer number 33. That was the completion to his collection. He's got all 150 up on his mantelpiece.
Yeah. In between reading his those John D. McDonald books for the 87th time, he reads lots of Destroyer.
Yeah.
He sits on his throne made of Destroyer books. So
I've heard Destroyer is awesome. We'll see.
Well,
I love
you said the Executioner books aren't that good.
I didn't like the one I read, and then I
Those
watched
are everywhere.
Brian talk about them, and he kind of said the same thing. Where they're like,
Okay.
but people love them. I don't know. I mean, they were the first. They were the archetype that everyone based all their men's adventure paperbacks on.
Yeah. Apparently, the Punisher is a ripoff of the Destroyer or of the
Executioner. Yeah.
Really?
Really?
The
Yeah.
Marvel Punisher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
He's a he's a former FBI guy or a
Vigilante. The Executioner is a soldier.
oh right, a soldier. The backstory for Punisher gets swapped around all the time. Sometimes he's a soldier, sometimes he's a FBI guy, sometimes he's a police officer. It gets changed around all the time. But yeah, it's like similar story. He finds out that the mob killed his family, and so he wants revenge, and he just runs around killing criminals.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the story of how the Punisher got named originally?
No.
So the creators of the Punisher, they had the design, the backstory, the first issue with him versus Spider-Man all planned out, but they did not have a name. So they go to Stan Lee and they're explaining the bit to him, and Stan's just cut to the chase. Like, what does he do? And like, well, he goes around punishing criminals. And Stan's like, duh. Like, there you go.
Thank you, Stan. That's why we pay you the big bucks.
That's exactly how he said it too.
Duh.
Guaranteed.
he's a knight and he's powered by the moon. Moon Knight, obviously. Excelsior.
Excelsior. Oh, I miss Stan so much. That crazy old man.
I'm so glad I got to see him when he came to Calgary 2 years before he died.
Oh,
That was a great talk. He's like just old on stage.
Mm.
What? You want to ask me about how to get a girlfriend? That's your question?
Oh my gosh.
Look, just talk to her. She says yes or no.
God.
Excelsior.
Oh, rest in peace. I love that dude.
R.I.P.
I heard something. I didn't look into it, but there were some of his like managers and stuff are kind of doing some dirty dealings their last few years of his life, like some really sketchy stuff.
There's like a documentary coming out.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that talking about like how it was basically elder abuse the last like 5 or 6 years of his life. Really messed up stuff.
Yeah. Look at me, bro. Look at me, just continually making this a happy stream.
You ought to be called the Book Graveyard.
Kills it.
Okay, guys, we're going to read this book. It's really depressing now. Get the depression counter going.
But speaking of the Executioner, I don't know if you guys saw this channel. What is it called? I think it's Your Captain Speaking. Have you guys heard of this?
Yeah, I'm subscribed to him. He's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he's only done like a couple of book videos so far. I think he was doing some other stuff before that, but he's just basically highlighting like old men's adventure series and going through like certain entries. Really cool, like very like considerably high production value stuff, but very informative.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of got kind of like a personality, like a character going. He sits in an easy chair and smokes a cigarette through the whole review.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Because he's done James Bond, Conan,
Yeah.
The Executioner, and this last one was Zorro.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Your Captain Speaking, I believe.
Your Captain Speaking.
Obviously, he's not as knowledgeable as some people on this panel, but
Dave, he's letting up smoke, so talking about books.
Dude, yeah. What? No, don't smoke near the books.
that is the one thing.
no,
I'm like,
right?
dude, you
Don't
got,
do
you
it
got a bunch of
outside.
exactly. You got a bunch of these old paperbacks that you're sitting in front of. Don't. But I mean, the videos are fun. So
Yeah, I got two more cocks that smell like. One smells like nice pipe tobacco, and one just smells like straight up cigarettes. And I know which one I prefer.
it's messed up.
Yeah. There was a TV show with Stanley where he helped develop people's cosplay superhero character they invent. It was the dumbest thing ever. You should watch it.
Oh, I remember this thing.
Thank you, Cowboy.
Yeah. It was dumb.
Of course he did.
Don't watch it.
Okay.
All right. What's your guys' favorite dumb, like competition style or like reality style show like that?
Forged in Fire. I don't know.
Forge and Fire is pretty fun.
Yeah.
When you're waiting to get your tires changed, watching that on the.
I just like swords, so that's why I watch them.
Oh, I remember when Spielberg did like, who we want to find like the next best director. It was only like one season with like Carrie Fisher and like Gary Marshall being judges, and some of these cheap ass movies people would make were the worst things you could possibly imagine. They have to get critiqued in front of an audience of like celebrities. It was so bizarre.
I just never been too into like reality TV.
Garbage.
Same.
Oh, Nick, I thought you were going to say Big Brother.
Big Brother, Jake. The Real World, MTV, season 2.
Nice. I got it for a clip. I needed that for a clip.
Straight garbage, all of it. I went to my aunt and uncle's house, and she's like, "Oh, we're watching TV." She's like, "This is my favorite TV show," and it was American Ninja Warrior. I was like, "This is your favorite TV show?" She's like, "Yeah, they like compete and they work really hard." And I just remember watching it. Have you guys ever seen it?
Oh, yeah.
where they fall right in that water right away. Because you watch the background of them like working out for like 8 months of this tough workout, and they fall in the water, and I would die laughing. And she's just like, "That's not good." No, that's funny.
The original version, the Japanese version of the Ninja
MXC.
Warrior is better.
Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
Oh my, I wasn't even talking about that, but yes, I love that show.
That is legitimately awesome because it's just normal people that are getting like jacked up. Yeah. And they've dubbed like English voiceover work, but it's like completely nonsense, like a completely humorous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm your
like
on the spot correspondent.
Castle.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
yes. That's what it is.
They would take clips from Takeshi's Castle and some other show and splice them together. It was awesome.
Yeah, I remember that. That was so much fun.
Awesome. Forge and Fires burned down as many houses as deep fried turkeys. Yep.
Does BattleBots count as like reality TV show or robot?
BattleBots was cool
because those were awesome.
BattleBots was cool. I remember I wanted to build one of those when I was a kid, and I was like, "It's like, Dad, can we get a bunch of scrap metal together and build a robot so we can?"
Why do you need a pickaxe? You're 10.
Yeah, exactly. Because my robot needs a pickaxe in order to smash its enemies.
That's why you also need the flamethrower so it can battle through the pickaxe brigade.
Exactly.
Who is this for, Paul? Did you do that video on men's adventure books, what men can read kind of thing? Is that I don't know. Are you referring to some? He does have the flu right now, so maybe this is like a.
He's addled.
Maybe he's hallucinating. Yeah.
I think it's like we got to rearrange the words in the sentence.
Yeah, right.
Like they're
Let's
all
crack
there,
this code. We're gonna stare at it.
Correct orders.
Here's he responded.
It's all in how you read it. Like, did you do that video on men's adventure books? What men can read, kind of thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what
That didn't work either. No.
Just don't give these guys a robot.
He's ignoring us. He's not answering our question.
When I watched his Iron Ship. Hey, Paul's wife, can you hear us? Get him some Pedialyte.
Or some Gatorade.
Oh, that's good. Hey, speaking of dubbing and voiceover, did you guys, Levi and Keith, did you guys watch Virgil from literally books?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I do, but what did you do recently?
He recently just did like an unboxing or a haul of some book. I don't even remember what book it was, to be perfectly honest. I was busy laughing the whole time, but his audio crapped out. And so instead of refilming the whole thing, he just like dubbed over himself, Mystery Science Theater style. Dude,
I'm going to watch that.
Hilarious.
It is so good.
The best. I almost. You know what? I'm not going to say it, but there is one moment that just killed me, and I had to like pause and collect myself.
Yeah,
like the bit where it's like, okay, I'm gonna pull out the knife. No, okay, put the knife down. No, but I'm just gonna rip it open.
Oh yeah, it was funny because it caught me by surprise because he's so he's not stuffy at all. He's put together. He's not a fool.
He's not a fool.
The camera.
He's not a clown.
No, he's not a clown. He's
not a clown like us.
Exactly. He's professional. He knows what he's talking about. He's smart, and just seeing him cut loose like that was so funny. So I actually texted him and I was like, Virgil, you need to start doing this more, but like yank one of my videos or something and just dub over it or something, or just do like a Virgil reacts or something. Dude, it was so funny. So yeah, everybody watch that if you guys haven't seen that.
Definitely will.
Pedialyte, Paul, Pedialyte.
I think there must be like a real lag because people are still talking about what we talked about like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, really?
The reality TV shows and stuff.
Oh.
They just want to talk about Love Island.
Yes. They're having their own conversations.
I know,
over
he
there.
just
What
muted
the heck's
us.
going on?
He's like,
That's
Maybe
probably
when chat does that.
This has just turned into a Discord server with everybody texting each other. Yeah.
this sucks.
That's all that was happening after the last Eves. Is like for solid 2.5 minutes until YouTube shut us down. We were just going back and forth.
Yep. It's not books, but somebody talk about Andor. I haven't watched it. I don't watch Disney things anymore, really.
Have
What's
not
Andor?
seen.
It's the
What is
new, the new Star Wars thing, the newest Star Wars thing since the last Star Wars thing.
Oh yeah, because Andor was a planet in Star Wars, right?
No. That's Endor.
Is this like and or? Like one or the other?
I wish it made that much sense. No, it's a TV show about a character who died in Rogue One. We're getting him his own series now.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
I don't know. Sorry, Strange Paper. I haven't watched it. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's good, but I'm just
Yeah.
I started watching The Mandalorian when that came out because everybody's like, "Hey, Star Wars is actually good again," and I was like, "Yeah, it's actually pretty good." And then season 2 came out. I was like, "Okay, no, it's not," and so I stopped.
I haven't seen
Well-
season 2.
Yeah, good. Stop at season 1.
Then I made the right call then.
Goblin says Endor isn't a planet; it's a moon.
It's a forest moon.
Dang it.
The fourth moon of
Yeah,
Endor.
Tim, you
Yep.
idiot.
Freaking
Dude,
Goblin
idiot,
is always
Tim.
calling me out.
Why is
You're the
Tim
one with the Star Wars poster behind you.
I know.
Look at him looking down at him, judging him. Mark Hamill's judging you. And that's young Mark Hamill before his face got all jacked up in that car accident.
Mark Hamill says pointing that blaster right at the back of your head. Right
He
now.
really is. I don't blame him.
Fake fan. Look, he's looking at his hands saying, Han Solo.
Han Solo. It's all fake.
Andor isn't real.
Oh yeah. They love the Star
Hey,
Wars.
says the thumbnail with a wizard on it. You're right, it's not real, Sanctum. It's not a blaster. What is it?
Yeah, it is. What are you talking about?
Everybody's super confused in the chat. Look, Geek Love Dogs is going off on
There's a
something.
setup coming. We're getting trapped into someone.
Right? I think so.
Yeah. That was like 10 minutes ago.
Wizards are real. So no, Sanctum's in real time. Maybe
To be fair, we do know a wizard.
we do know a wizard. That's true. A shambolic wizard.
Mhm.
News from the Gilding.
He lives in a cartoon tower. And
He
brews his
just
own wine.
sniffs books all day, and that's how he, refills his magic.
Yup.
Oh,
did it
suggest
just-
black. Here we go. This one's for you, Nick.
The series, I haven't got to the ice bands yet. All I know is the Donald Goines stuff, the Kenyatta. It's the only Kenyatta series. It's the only blaxploitation series that I've gotten to. I did buy a ton of those, but I
I was
keep
gonna say,
having
you
to-
bought all those books.
I
You've
did.
only
I
read
bought
one?
so many of them, but I have to keep reading Dancer of Atlantis and Regurgitated Man instead of
It's
cool
a
stuff.
reassembled man.
Sorry.
Demolition Man, Running Man, too many men. Too many men doing things.
But yeah, those hallway house books are awesome. I would love to get to them someday.
Look, man,
Nick's
if
about
I
to
gotta
start
keep
paying
putting up
some
my next
overseas
red
help
wall,
to read his books and just like give him a summary.
Just put all the books that have like man in the title like this, put them on like a spinning wheel and just see what you land on. And it's probably going to be better than this current book, apparently.
how far are you into it, by the way, Nick?
Regurgitated Man?
Yeah.
Oh, like page 80.
Okay, so you're a little further than me. All right.
That's horrible. Strange paper, no. No.
Maybe it's good. Who knows? I don't know.
We'll see.
Has to be good. It has a little squiggle on top at the end. That means it's classy.
What's it called? What's the squiggle called?
An Enya?
No, that's a good song. That's a good artist, but that's it.
I'm gonna ignore the fact that you just called Enya a good artist.
Who can say?
Yeah, what's another song by Enya? Come on.
Wild Child. Try Me. I'll go all day, son.
Okay, whatever.
But that's it.
Oh crap! You know what? I do know a third one because she was on the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Never mind.
Yep. Oh, I accept your apology. Burn Enough is here. Hey, gang. Hope you're all doing well. I don't know if we are. I really don't know.
I'm getting sleepy.
We're struggling.
We haven't even gotten to the ASMR part yet.
Oh yeah, I did promise.
Did you do
ASMR.
that? I wanted to ask. Did you? Is that like a Jules Bert thing? Because he would always put that at the end of his videos.
Oh, really?
ASMR, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh no, I don't know Jules. I didn't know Jules Bert did it too. He's probably just trying to get tags, like get that crossover.
Oh, he gets a lot of it. He made it in his own a separate ASMR channel.
Oh,
That's kind of creepy.
Why?
ASMR? I think it's creepy.
Why?
Because why? Why do people like that type of stuff?
It's
I think it's
relaxing.
creepy.
have you ever put on white noise while you go to bed?
It's relaxing. Jake.
I put on a fan, but I don't put on like somebody chewing.
No, that sucks.
That's ASMR.
People talking. It's a bunch of different stuff, but people talking like gently about stuff.
That's ASMR.
That's stupid. All of that is stupid.
That's what?
No,
What do
it's
you,
just
what do
talking
you think what
peacefully.
ASMR is?
Well, it's all based off of Bob Ross. Bob Ross would paint and talk peacefully.
Yeah.
It's a peaceful thing. It's like a meditation.
But if I put in YouTube ASMR, I'm not going to get
There's
Bob
all
Ross.
kinds of there's all kinds of idiots scratching.
I'm going to get somebody chewing stuff and pointing their
disgusting.
feet at the camera.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate that stuff.
What's the first thing that pops up here? Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah, you do it, Keith. Don't make us do
Yeah,
it.
exactly. I don't want to do it.
I would just like to point out that the most popular version of everything is the
My ASMR addiction is live. Is the first one.
Hey, you posted that.
Oriental Medicine Clinic ASMR acupuncture.
No.
I
don't like it.
I don't
Doesn't sound
know.
relaxing at all.
I'm gonna get some weird videos recommended to me.
Yeah.
Too late.
Mukbang
Jake's channel.
ASMR. I don't know.
I don't
Well-
know what mukbang is.
I don't know. I'm not Googling it either.
You don't
I
need to
know.
know.
I'm scared.
The way that Strange Paper's been going this evening. Strange Paper, didn't you say that you were working on a Silver John RPG? Didn't you tell me that once?
Oh, he says mukbang is strange. Is people eating
Oh,
It's eating a lot.
a
that's
lot
gross.
of fried food, like crunchy stuff, like.
Yeah,
Like-
that's
Like a whole dinner table of food.
where's it at?
Oh, I don't like it.
Where's
I
that
don't like
Silver
it.
John? It said yes, 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 yes. I'm working on it.
Where are you, Silver John?
Yes to both. Henry Cavill reading Warhammer 40K was great ASMR.
See, I can see that being relaxing.
Yeah, it's just peaceful, but not
Okay.
the stupid stuff where people are scratching crap and crinkling crap.
See, he's still working on it. His dad gets sick. His works is slow.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
He's also
Jake.
doing that blaxploitation. Yeah, he's got.
He's trying to buy. I think that was a joke, but
Listen to the sound of pulp novels going into bags.
now that's peaceful.
Is it bag worthy,
Is it bag-worthy?
or just buy more bags because they're really cheap?
Don't buy cheap bags. Don't cheap out.
Why? They're bags. You can buy cheap bags.
No, Nick likes the crinkly expensive ones.
I
The
buy the
good ones.
cheapest bags they have. They're so
yeah,
cheap.
but they get all cloudy like in no time,
What?
and then you can't enjoy the covers.
What are you talking about?
Jake keeps his in
If you-
sandwich bags.
If you breathe into them, they will. Look, this isn't cloudy.
You just bought that yesterday.
I've had this. Actually, I don't know where it goes.
Look, Nick takes his bagging very seriously, okay?
Serious.
Serious business.
Just be unbagged like me. It's fine.
But then how can you smoke in your office?
But I don't smoke in my office.
Not yet. I don't know. Nick,
You
we're
gotta
not on any,
hotbox those books to fumigate.
we're not on any type of schedule. You can bounce out whenever. You're not.
All right, I'm out of here.
You're off the clock. Yeah, I stopped paying you a long time ago. So
Look at this. Hey, speaking of cool stuff and changing the subject,
Yeah.
I found these in an antique mall today.
Nice.
mail.
Love-starved Fräulein.
Where are you seeing that? Yeah, the love-starved Fräulein of Planigar Strasse.
Nice.
I don't know. And then I got a stag.
Nice.
He looks very panicked.
What decade are those from?
These are from the 60s.
Okay.
This one's cool because it actually has really good artwork in it, just like the cover.
That's a good cover.
This one doesn't have artwork in it, but I mean, it has like kind of a little bit of drawings, but this one seems to have better stories in it. I don't know.
I
We'll
was
see.
murdered. No, that would suck.
Yeah. I was murdered and lived to tell the story.
Is that the story Ghost is based off of?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Ender's Game, novel or movie?
Never
I
seen it or
never
read it.
finished the book. I liked it, but for whatever reason, I never finished it.
The
The
book's
movie is
definitely
okay.
better than the film.
Yeah.
Like, there's just too much material to pack into that hour and a half, 2 hour mark. It didn't work.
I watched the movie. I never read the book. I watched the movie and thought it was okay, but I don't like that actor, the kid.
Harrison Ford's in it, is he not?
And he was actually trying in that movie too. It was one of the few movies
Really?
he tries at. I know, right?
So he didn't just wear his own clothes to set.
They're still all crinkled from his latest airplane crash.
What am I talking about in this thing? Ender, go fight aliens or whatnot.
Or don't. I don't care.
All right, I'm out of here.
All right.
Oh,
Thanks for
right,
stopping
Nick.
by.
Thanks for inviting me.
Oh yeah. I didn't. You just showed up. I didn't invite you. So
Well, I got that email. It said, please come to my live stream.
Shut up. I'm trying to sound cool.
Bye, strange paper.
Bye bye. Bye boo.
Bye, boo.
See you on Instagram.
Yeah. All the cool
Where all
kids.
the cool kids go.
Yeah.
Stop.
How do I get out of here? I'm just going to close it out. I don't know.
Oh, Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas. The oldest young man I know.
Oh boy, Pulp Fest is going to be a hoot.
Yes.
So where is that being held?
I don't know.
Mars, Pennsylvania, which is like it's a little bit north of Pittsburgh, I believe. Yeah.
Too far.
Oh, you can make it.
I'm on the other side of the continent.
Yeah. That's right. You're Vancouver, right?
Calgary.
Calgary. Same difference, right?
All Canadians are the same to Jake.
Yeah, it's just up there. Just kind of, yeah.
We just do what we do up here.
If you're hitting Caribou, you went too far.
Just look up Canada ASMR and that'll just be everything it is. There's a bunch of people going like, hey, how's it going, I have to go down to the store to get a nice 2-4 because I ran out of 2-4, and hey, how am I going to get my buzz on? If we're going to get on, we need a 2-4. And that's just it.
That's not Canadian ASMR. Canadian ASMR is just moose chewing or somebody just pouring maple syrup.
I was
on
going to
stuff.
say maple syrup's got to come in here somehow.
The maple syrup mousse.
Yeah. How about you, Levi? You going to Pulp Fest?
No, I'll not be heading up there this time around.
Yeah.
No, I can't wait for that live one.
Yeah, we'll see how it works.
I was going to say, how the heck are we going to do that?
I bought a what's it called? It's a microphone. It's a what's it called? Conference. I bought a conference microphone.
Okay.
So we'll just plop that in the middle of somebody's hotel room and and talk. And it'll probably be awful.
Just do it
Right.
in front of like 5 people. Just get like the hotel like maids that are in the hallways. Like, can you just be like the live audience?
Just applaud when we point.
They're gonna walk in and clean probably my room because I'll bring my equipment. They're gonna walk in my room and just see this huge setup with cameras and like laptops and speakers all over the place. And probably won't be the first time they've seen that in a hotel room. So
No, it's okay. We're just talking about crap novels.
we're talking about books, we swear. Like, oh yeah, sure, we know. Yeah.
I was told that once myself. You don't want another roast.
Do you notice in his last video, Nick said one Eames is coming right on the tail of another one? Well, we just did last Monday we did on Tim's channel. And,
to be fair, this might be the soonest or the closest that they've been. So
yeah, and the next one on my channel is next Saturday. So not tomorrow, but the Saturday after. So yeah, a little over a week.
Strange Paper's not having the same conversation you're having.
I guess not. Anyway. Well, now that Nick's gone, we can talk about anime and cartoons.
oh,
You know what I love? Those Japan-animated things.
Japan
animation.
Oh, it's the dirtiest thing you. Oh, it's a dirty joke. See, that's why we didn't get it. We're all just as here. We're all just as pure as the freshly driven Canadian snow, and so
Just full of dirt and gravel.
just dirt and gravel and moose piss. Moose are terrifying, by the way.
Yeah, I had one walk down my street.
Yeah, they're straight up monsters. They're forest monsters,
Gigantic.
just like my Japanese anime. These are halos. All right, that's enough nonsense.
We're all just Master Chiefs.
Masters. Oh, Halo. I put 2 and 2 together there.
But
I got it, but that was more than meeting you halfway.
I prefer Doom, honestly.
I did too.
No.
I wanted to.
No.
I wanted so bad to try out the new game, but A, don't have a system it can play on, and B, I heard that stuff going around where the physical copy is literally just a key that unlocks the digital copy.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, exactly. It's messed up. Like so many of the like big name game developers now are doing that, where it's like your physical copies are just complicated ways of downloading the digital copies. So
yeah, my brother, what I do with books, he does with old video games.
yeah.
And so he collects, and so he's like, he's all bothered. He's like, yeah, you know the new. I think he's talking about the new Doom. He's like, you know how big the file is? 85 megabytes on the disk. It's literally just a key to make sure that you physically own it. So you don't actually physically own it. Like he's just pissed.
But how am I going to use it as a water coaster?
Exactly.
That's why video games are garbage. No.
Yeah, read books. Big worlds. More space.
You'll license everything.
No megabytes.
I want my megabytes.
I will say I haven't played a game in a long time. I got a copy of the new Zelda on Switch, and I've barely even touched it, even though that's like
What
my
new
favorite
Zelda?
series. What was it called? Echoes of Wisdom, where you actually play as Zelda throughout the
Oh,
game.
yeah. I got that
I
one.
barely touched it, so.
Because you're like, I don't want to play as Zelda.
Well, it's not that. I don't know. I'm doing all this other stuff. I'm reading all these books. I'm writing my book. I just can't find time to sit down and just play a video game.
Same.
How about you, Eli? Are you a gamer?
Not really. I play like 2 games, and even that's just every couple months or whatever.
I do try to play Link to the Past at least once a year though, because that game never gets old.
Yeah. I still have my Game Boy just for that.
There you go. The Game Boy Advance version was a very good port. Like very faithful to the original, but though it added a couple things. For one thing, they gave Link like a voice, so he actually like made like grunts and screams every time something hit him.
Well, he has that in the original. In the original version, he has it, but it just doesn't sound like a human.
No, it's just like yeah, exactly. No, I love that game so much. That is the one video game I could play nonstop and never get bored.
Yeah. What's your favorite video game, guys? Mine is Stellaris.
No, I just said it. Link to the Past, baby.
Ooh. Mega Man 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mega Man 2 is freaking good, dude.
Oh, that's another one I could just be happy playing all the time.
I struggle with that. What's my favorite video game? Because there's like, I have them. That's like saying, what's your favorite book? There's like, well, I have different genres I like. Like, it's what's your favorite movie? It's like, I don't know. Link to the Past is definitely up there. It's the best Zelda. For
Absolutely.
Sure. I don't know. I like roguelites. Not a lot of people like roguelites, but I like those. And so
I'm not familiar.
It's basically like a random generated world where you die and there's no continuation. You start over at the beginning of the game again. They're like kind of like dungeon crawler roguelites is what I like. So like Hades is a popular one, Dead Cells is a popular one.
Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
There's no save and continue.
It's
like you start over and you got to beat it in one shot basically. But yeah, high quality ones will continually build off. Like there is some sense of progression, but you basically start over and so it gets to the point where you just do it on muscle memory. Honestly, Dead Cells is probably one of my favorite games of all time.
I've heard that's good.
It's phenomenal. It also like, yeah, it's one of those games that you'll just, Dwarf Fortress. Yeah. But yeah, they're like, it's one of those games that you start and, they're just, you start and you're just getting thrashed. And right now I can play it on the hardest difficulty and beat it with my eyes closed. It's just because it's such like such muscle memory. It's like so addicting to play them. Yeah. Hack, learn, rope. There's a resurgence there's a big resurgence of them now. I just played one with my son, Wizard of Legend or something like that. Very difficult, but fun. Yes, it's not fun watching other people play because there is so much happening on the screen.
One of those. Okay.
Yeah. My brother was struggling with that game. Or a lot of people struggle with that game and with Dead Cells, and I tell them you just have to put the roll on one of your bumpers, and it changes the whole game. So there you go, burn enough. Boy, can you imagine if Nick was still in this?
Oh no, he'd just say something like, "Well, maybe your new game should be Raid Shadow Legends and get some money."
Oh yeah. Jake, what's the book you want to write? I am writing it. I'm about 105,000 words in it right now. It's a fatty.
I was going to say 105,000. Jeez, dude.
Yeah, I wrote this book when I was.
That's not very pulp mortem.
No, it's not. That's not even what I like reading, to be honest. I like reading the short stuff, but whenever I write, it's the big fat stuff. When I was younger, 105,000. Yeah. That's kind of when I was younger. I used to write a lot, and I have written 10 books. I don't like any of them now because I wrote them when I was like 16 to 22. And anything anybody does in 16 and 22 probably sucks, at least for myself. And so going back and reading them now, I'm like, oh gosh. But I like some of the ideas. So I've been reworking one of them I made, which is earlier in the stream I kind of showed that Space Phoenix 2007-72, which is just a weird old movie that's really fun. But what am I trying to say here? but I like this. I like the story a lot, but I don't like a lot of my writing style, my prose back then. I'm better now than I was back then. I'm a lot better now. Back then it sucked. And I actually printed off a bunch of copies of that at Kinko's and handed off to my friends. And some people still have them, even though I've been like, hey, you guys need to send me those books back because I don't want them getting out there because they're that bad.
You need to incinerate them. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure, Tim, you have stuff
Oh,
you've written when you were younger that
Oh yeah.
I can't. This has got to go.
We all had a fanfiction.com account or whatever they call it.
Kingdom Hearts fan fiction. There's way too much of it out there.
And so what this book is, it's essentially a
Well, now we know where to look.
yeah.
I didn't say which websites.
Oh,
It
I'm not
is
even going to mention the ones I.
So it's a space opera. I originally called it the Acolyte and the Phoenix. I changed that since the Star Wars came out with a show called The Acolyte, which is like critically panned as the worst thing ever made. But so I'm renaming it. But yeah, it's a space opera about a kind of a ragtag group of misfits and all kind of working together with different goals and different motivations to hunt down this mysterious phoenix in outer space while being hunted and stuff. And so it's fun. It's really good. I think it's good.
That sounds fun.
But the problem is, and I was talking about this with Richard, the problem is I was writing like crazy. Like I'd have some like 7,000 word days, just like crazy writing. And then I started this channel, and my writing went because this is a creative outlet. Like reading and making videos is like a creative outlet. So I was, especially first getting started, all my creativity spare time was going towards this, starting off this channel and getting things figured out. And so it's been kind of a struggle to kind of balance writing and doing, YouTube in addition to every life.
And the editing takes a lot out of you.
The editing takes a lot out of you. Yeah. I'm a lot faster at it now, but it's still like it still takes a long time.
Yeah, I love the video you put out. Like, oh, he uses DaVinci. That's great.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
You use DaVinci?
I use DaVinci, but I went to film school, so I'm trained on like DaVinci and Adobe and Avid. And Avid's the worst.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, no, dude. If you need to get something out there. Just publish something, man. Write some short story or like some novella or something. Just put it out there, dude.
Yeah.
Because I tried so long to write like some massive science fiction or fantasy novel, and it just didn't work. And then during COVID, I wrote a ton of short stories and was like, I'm just gonna put these out, and I did. And that like inspired me to just write a ton of other stuff. And now I'm scrambling to put out my next book. So just put something out, dude.
Yeah. I kind of don't want to go the Amazon route though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is difficult, but it's like, yeah.
So like small press?
Yeah. Or self-publish and just handle it all myself. But I get why people do the Amazon route, and it's like it makes sense for.
It's just easy, yeah.
It's easy for your first book, for your first couple. It just makes a lot of sense.
Well, you could have like the Martian situation happen. Like that was self-published originally.
That's right, it was.
What was?
The Martian.
Oh, Andy Weir.
Mm-hmm.
So was the what's that? The Aragon guy.
Christopher Paolini.
Christopher Paolini. He was I think he was like 17 or 18 when he did his first one.
Yes, but his parents had major connections with the literary world. So.
Oh, really? Because what I read was they filled the back of the minivan with books and drove around the country going to every bookstore.
I mean, I'm sure
that makes sense if they had a connections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think his father knew someone or was like associated with someone who worked for a major publisher. And so, yeah.
Hey, well, I just turned 40, so that works out.
Levi, how did you get yours out? Did you go through Amazon, or did you how did you go about publishing your book?
Yeah, it's Amazon
Gotcha.
print on demand stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know, Levi is a published author as well.
That's right. Everyone ought to know.
Everybody should know.
Everyone ought to run to the computers and type in amazon.com/whatever the URL is. Add to cart. Do that a couple dozen times if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Hint,
A little
hint.
extra copies doesn't, couldn't hurt.
Yeah,
I mean,
get 'em
it's,
for...
you can prop up a chair that's got a wobbly leg. Up open doors and stuff in your house. All kinds of stuff.
Hollow them out, hide some stuff in them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got a wasp in
Connections
your
are expensive
room.
these days.
Can you arrange it? Chris, I can't remember who was talking about doing maybe it was Chris from Liminal Spaces was talking about doing actually publishing do you remember, Tim, publishing a short story collection, but just from people that do BookTube?
It might have been him. I think Jim from News from the Gelding mentioned something to me as well.
Did he? Because
no, I feel bad talking about him like this, but he emailed me. The email literally said, "Hey Tim, this might make no sense because I'm a bit drunk right now. Would you like to collaborate on an anthology where we get together some other YouTube people and make an anthology?" And I didn't respond to it because at first I had no idea that it was him, because I didn't recognize the email address. And then he commented on my channel later. He was like, "By the way, ignore that stupid email I sent you." And I was like, "Oh, but that was a good idea."
That's a great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea to just get short stories from different. Because when we mentioned that to Chris, he was like, "Oh, I'd do something like that. That'd be awesome."
That would be awesome to see him do something. I didn't know that he wrote anything until just their last live stream, and they were talking about it. I was like, dang it, everybody's a writer. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That'd
Except
be
you,
fun.
Keith. You just do fan fiction from a.
That's not true. I published undergraduate papers, so
Nice.
take that. I got no money.
I have slightly more than no money.
Slightly more.
Better than me.
I've seen the Amazon the breakdown. I see what you guys get for book sales. Yeah, you're right. It's slightly more than nothing.
Yeah. I feel bad for Eric. I don't know if Eric's still in the chat. I feel bad for him. He had to take some of his books off the Amazon, the Canadian Amazon market, because the way their royalty system is working now, like they get even less money for the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it went from ebooks went from, I want to say like 50% of royalties down to like 30%. I can't remember what he said the physicals were, but yeah, it's getting weird with Amazon. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm even going to publish my next book through Amazon or not. So
You gonna try to self-pub?
I might try to self-pub. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up a bunch of stuff about that because I don't know anything about it. But
I did back in the day, but this was 10 years ago, 15 years ago when I looked. And yeah, it was a chunk of money up front. But I guess if you're confident you can sell them.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's another print on demand service that's like Amazon. Don't hold my feet to the fire on this one, but I think it's called Scribner.
Scribner.
I'm told it functions more or less the same way as the Amazon service does.
Okay.
So like on my next book, when I put that out, I'm probably going to do a dual release on Amazon and Scribner.
Okay.
If that's the right one.
Gotcha. So there is a next book.
It exists in the first draft.
Okay.
Right
Sweet.
now.
Okay.
All right.
Strange Paper says look into draft to digital. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
Draft to digital. Okay, I'll definitely look into that. Yes, I need to get to work on my book, and I might have to make it 2-part. I don't want to make it 2 parts. That's the thing. I don't like, and maybe that's just personally, I don't like giant series. I just want a standalone book. Even if it's fatter, I want a standalone book that I could just read it, and that was good.
Yeah, those kind of things I'm enjoying right now too. I don't want any like trilogies.
Or it's just daunting to get into. Like even when we did Eves, we did the Amber Chronicles. And I was like, I loved it. I loved that first book. But then I'm like, I don't know if
9 more to go, baby.
9 more to go. Really?
Well, to be fair, it's only 5 in that first series.
Yeah.
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 And book 2 is really good. Book 2 is really
That's the thing. I know it'd be good, but I'm just part of me still like, but I have to go.
He's like 3/4 of book 2. He's just trying to find.
I have to read the Ant-Man. You know.
I have all this trash I need to read first.
War and Peace. Who needs that?
I have War and Peace. It's up there.
Of course you do.
Of course I do.
I don't know. So War and
Who are
Peace.
you rooting for, war or peace?
War.
Obviously, peace. Not. What do these grab? What the hell is this? Oh, read this instead. I don't know. It was
Year before yesterday. Oh, he's got a swastika on him. That's
Nope, can't show that. Whoop. Okay, read the Power of Blackness instead.
We were just talking about that earlier. We're moving on from the blaxploitation stuff.
Okay, I'm not winning here, am I?
Can't read these in Canada.
Okay. Inside Out, Philip Jose. No, Inside Outside, the Philip Jose Farmer.
There we go.
I started a Philip Jose Farmer, and it was pornographic.
Really?
Yeah, to the point that I'm like, okay, I don't think I want to read this.
I'm just gonna
Like
stop.
underage pornographic. That I'm like, I'm done with this. Yeah,
Yeah.
not my cup of tea.
I've heard the Riverworld series is great though.
I've heard that it's great. I've also heard it's the
You've
biggest
heard
pile
Nick
of hot garbage. That's
You've heard from Nick that it's a pile of hot garbage.
Isn't that the one where he commented you have to throw it into the fire?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
said, who did it? Like, was it Brian did a review with somebody on Riverworld? Was it Chris? I can't remember.
Maybe those guys do a lot together.
Yeah, I think they did a review of Riverworld.
I think Brian spends more time on other people's channels than he does his own.
It's true.
He was going to be here tonight, but he's like, oh, I'm at a wedding rehearsal, or else I totally would be here.
What do you have to rehearse? Walk down an aisle.
Yeah,
Anyone could do that.
easy. Do a little twirl, you're good to go.
Yeah. Has some disco music playing. Like, well, I don't know what happens at weddings. Like,
Just a lot of ASMR playing.
yeah, ASMR wedding. That's it.
It's the way of the future. Discworld series reading
Oh my
read along
gosh.
only 34. I think I finally got rid of all my Discworld stuff. To you,
Yeah,
Tim.
you sent them to me.
Yep.
I was at a library sale the other day, and I was picking up books in a series called Deathlands. And I got a box behind me that's got 31 Deathlands books in it.
Jeez.
Dang.
If you include all the audiobook only books in the series, there's something like 175.
Jeez. Yeah, no thanks. I was at a garage sale, and I don't read Westerns. I think I texted you, Tim. I texted a few other people, too, because somebody was selling, it was a tote. Like, it was a giant, like one of the big black and yellow, a big tote filled with Louis L'Amour Westerns.
Mm.
And I'm like, for like 20, the guy wanted $20 for the whole thing. And I'm like, I don't want it, but it's a lot of books. And you guys all said the same thing. You're like, I don't want it. That's too many. That's too many books.
There are people who swear by Louis L'Amour. I've read 2 of his books so far. They were just kind of So I don't know. Maybe I just didn't read the right ones.
I don't even know what a Western is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. There's way too many of those freaking Trailsman books.
Oh, yeah.
I looked it up. There's something like they're still being written, by the way. There's something like 400, 500 of them right now.
Were those the adult?
Those are the
Westerns?
adult westerns. Yes.
Don't put that in quotes. That's exactly what it says on the title.
Well, okay, fair. But I mean,
Watch this cowboy do his taxes. Adults.
I'll be back later, Missy. I got to take the kids to school.
oh gosh.
Help me off this horse. My back hurts.
Exactly. Oh man. Yeah, but it started in like 1980 and it's still going. I don't know how those kind of things work. Like publishing houses just keep pumping them out, I guess.
we're like an hour later.
Oh no.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Kevin worse.
Don't worry about it. I want to make something like The Executioner, but space opera.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
That'd be cool. That's like the no, I'm thinking of something else. There's a lot of like space opera pulp heroes like that, like like the Perry.
Yeah,
Roden
like
or
Cap
the,
Kennedy.
Cap Kennedy, the Doomerist.
Doomerist, yeah.
The Captain Future, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if all those guys fit into the same, like Mac Bolan, the standalone.
Mac Bolan. Yeah.
I actually had an idea for kind of like a science fiction / men's adventure kind of thing. I had this massive manuscript for a science fiction novel that I worked on that I never got around to publishing just because it was absolute garbage. But I liked the premise. It was like these mech pilots on this desert planet, and they couldn't get off because the people that had started their colony just gave up, or like the funding from the corporation got pulled, and so everybody left them. And so it was them just establishing colonies on this desert planet and trying to survive. And so I like that premise. And I was like, what if I turned that into like a weird, like neo-noir kind of thing where one of the characters is a private detective solving mysteries on this desert planet? I don't know. I just had this idea the other day and I was writing a bunch of notes down. I'm like, oh man, this could be something. I turned this into like short little novellas, I guess. I don't know. It's a premise I wanted to come back to, but it's been so long since I did anything with it.
I mean, I like the thought process there. That was pretty good. Intrigued me.
I get so many ideas where I'm like, this could work. And then I start typing or I start writing down notes and I'm like, how do I make it work though?
I have so many, like I have a whole notebook full of like ideas, like, and a lot of them are short stories and like, and I've gone back and looked at them and half of them I'm like, I have no idea what this even means.
Yeah.
Some that are like that, that dream you had last night, which doesn't sound cool, but it's like, that's actually what I wrote down, that dream you had last night. But then I never fleshed it out. So I don't remember the dream now, but apparently I had some cool dream that was like, this needs to be a story, but didn't write down what it was. Things like that.
Man, I just have a TV pilot.
Oh. Well, spill it. What is it?
Basically, sort of like the X-Files. I was just like, up here in Canada, we have CBC that no one actually watches, and I wanted to write something that, hey, what's going to make people want to watch Canadian television? Oh, maybe something spooky. So I wrote something along the lines of, there's a mystery happening with like VHS tapes turning up at TV stations that have like weird supernatural events that surround it, and why are all these tapes being banned and hidden? And then Netflix comes out with a show called Archival, or Archive 31, I think it was, and it's like so similar to what I wrote that
I hate that.
The Netflix drones were in your house listening.
That's always the thing that happens. Yeah. Thanks, Netflix.
Yeah.
Thanks, Netflix.
Gonna sell it to Temu or whatever. Temu Flicks. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Temu Flicks. That's a great idea.
Temu print on demand books. That's what we need to do.
There we go.
They might have all the pages there. It will be this big, the book, but it'll be there.
Now with 25% less mercury in the pages.
Well, fellas, I have to go put my children to bed.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Adult responsibilities.
Normally I would have my wife would do it, but she just got home from her plane trip and she has double ear infection, bronchitis, and walking pneumonia. So I think I'll cover it tonight.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Go be the best dad.
The very best.
Like no one ever was.
Yeah.
To put them to bed is your real test.
That actually reminded me of Nick would not like Toy Story because as soon as Randy Newman started singing, he would swear, get up and shut it off. The second Randy, you got a friend in me. He's like, I can't. He wouldn't get past that part.
Friend in me.
When the road looks. That's the
Sing like you're having a stroke.
Yeah.
All right. What's the weirdest? Before we go, we'll do what's the weirdest book you've read?
Oh.
Weirdest?
The weirdest book you've read.
I will actually go grab it.
Oh. Careful, the shelf's moving. Oh my gosh. I gotta think about that for a second.
That's a tough one.
Of course he gets stuck on me.
Wife
What a mess.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. So far, Reassembled Man is pretty darn weird.
Really?
It just, I don't want to say too much, but just, yeah. It's probably not the weirdest thing I've ever read, but it's going to be up there. What was yours, Keith?
Okay. Dracula in Istanbul, which is the unauthorized Turkish translation of Dracula that published in 1928, and it completely changes everything from being set in England to being set in Istanbul. It changes the Christianity elements to Islam.
Okay.
It's heavily Turkish nationalism. So much Turkish nationalism is in this book that they recognize that Dracula is Vlad Tepes and say, he is our ancient enemy. We got to kill this guy.
Oh my God.
It is. I did my senior thesis on this book.
Nice.
Oh, that's
talking
awesome.
about because this is an English translation of a Turkish translation of an abridgment of Dracula. And it is crazy. So
I like it.
Definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Very interesting. Very weird.
Dang. I guess if we're just going straight up, if we're gonna go purely by I didn't understand what was going on, probably Book of the New Sun. I read the first part of that. What was that? Shadow of the Torturer. People say it's like you have to read it 4 different times in order to understand what's going on. I read it once so far. I plan to read the rest of the books in the series, but so far I still have no idea what is happening. Because it's beautifully written, but by his own admission, the narrator keeps reiterating that he is probably insane and you shouldn't listen to what he's saying. And so it seems like it'll be like a normal narrative, and then all of a sudden something will happen, and it's like, okay, that there's no way that he actually wrote that. And then you go back a couple sentences. Oh no, that is what happened. Okay. So it's not like something super. It's not like a super unknown book because a ton of people have read it. A ton of people have recommended it to me. I just have no idea what's going on. So, yeah.
For me, probably, I'm sure as soon as we're done here, I'll think of 10 more that I have read in the past that were super weird. I would say recently, last year, I read Candle in the Sun by Robert Wells, and I did a whole review on that. So I won't go into detail about it again, but it was same thing, unreliable narrator, copious amounts of drugs, and you were never quite sure, the setting, you were never quite sure if what was happening was actually real or things weren't necessarily like everything was explained, but not really, if that makes sense. Like it was very, very, very bizarre, but like also like a very beautiful story. And so I loved it. But yeah, trippy as heck.
But see, here's the thing. That's a standalone novel.
Yeah.
Book of the New Sun is a massive tome split into 4 volumes. And I've only ever read the first one. And people keep telling me, no, you just got to keep going and then read it again. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, pass on that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What you got, Levi?
Well, it's going to be serious, but say the weirdest book I've ever read was my own. No,
I had so many nightmares from writing this.
most of them were just like, man, people are going to think I'm weird. No, that book, the people that read it and know me, that talk to me later, like, hey, man, Levi, I read your book. I think it's really cool, man. Like, that's really neat. Are you doing okay? Anyways, now you're just bringing up a lot of memories. Like, as a kid, I read a lot of this author named Ted Dekker. Does anybody know that one?
I've read Ted Dekker.
I was reading Ted Dekker when I was too young to be reading Ted Dekker.
That name
because he,
so
like,
familiar.
everybody compares him to, saying he's like the Christian author Stephen King.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's all these like all this gross out stuff and connecting 10,000 elements from every single book he's ever written into the just weird stuff.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw these at the library all the time.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. I can't remember which one I read, but I remember it was a part of a series. And I remember liking it, but I didn't go for any further. I don't remember why.
Like I said, it's very easy to read in that same sort of like Stephen King way.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're not, like, as a kid, I was reading everything. So like whatever happened, I just roll with it. But like now I've been like, if you weren't prepared for some of the stuff that's going to go on, like it'd be really off-putting.
Yeah. Oh, Strange Paper.
Aww.
You're welcome. Hey, no Canadian gang signs, please. This is trying to get my stream taken down. Thanks,
No. We talked about nudies last time. We're not making.
Yeah,
we're not going to
really
get demonetized this time. You're fine.
You're gonna make me miss out on the 14 cents I'm gonna make off this video.
That is the one solace that I have in getting ready for the next Eves, that it's going to be on your channel.
Oh,
That's
great.
Folks, I'll see you on Instagram too.
Oh boy. Hi, Brian. We're still here. We were just shutting down. So sorry. I hope you enjoyed your wedding rehearsal. Sounds like a lot
How
of
many
fun.
does this make, Brian? Is this bride number 3?
Did anybody make a mistake though?
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, that's that. Thanks for stopping by, guys. This was a lot of fun. Kind of just an impromptu hangout.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was a blast.
No plan. No, obviously.
Next time you invite me, let me know beforehand so I can get a video out so I don't feel left alone.
Yeah, get a video out. Speaking of which, anybody doing anything? Anything in your channels? We know Tau Zero isn't, but
Eventually.
just spilled something.
I filmed a video this morning, and I've got just stacks and stacks of books back here that I got to go through, and I'm gonna make some book haul videos here soon.
There you
Nice.
go. Awesome.
How about you, Tim? Now, since you took down Book Pilled and Chris Stuckman, what do you got next?
Here's the thing. I could make all kinds of apologies about what I said about Matt from Book Pilled. I take nothing back from what I said about Chris Stuckman.
Didn't
Good.
see
He's
this one today. What was it?
It's
He goes scorched earth.
yeah, totally.
Chris Stuckman, more like Chris Poopman.
Yes. I mean, that's basically what I said. Anyway,
I'm
working on the next review for Redwall, as if anyone actually cares about that.
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I watch them. They're fun.
I watch him
Thank you,
too.
Takes me back to my childhood.
Oh,
There you
got
go. Thank you,
Redwall.
Levi. Thank you. No, I'm doing the book 5, Salmon Dastrin, which was my favorite as a kid. It was the first one I read. It was my favorite. So
You'll lose subscribers. If
there
you
we go. That's the
do.
one, Levi. Love that one. That character on the front, Earthstripe, is one of the most badass characters in a children's series ever. He's awesome. Just ripping fools apart left and right. It's amazing.
Remind me to never cross him.
He's
Fierce.
You're already on the list.
I'll make a very pompous video about you on YouTube. Aside from that, though, I'm kind of playing things a little loose. I'll have my other Wednesday video up on Wednesday. I'm gonna try to do a review for the Eric John Stark Outlaw of Mars sometime soon, because I also want to do another thing where I randomize my next Sword and Planet book that I'm going to read, because I really want to read more Sword and Planet at this point.
Yep. I was upset about that John Stark of Mars when you.
It's good though. It's really freaking good.
Here's why I was upset about it, because I'm pretty sure I gave that to you.
Yes.
Was that what?
Yes.
And
you said that to me.
And I didn't mean to.
Oh. Would you like me to send it back?
No, I bought it again.
Okay.
But I was like, dang it! That's where that went.
It has bite marks in it. It looks like someone. It looks like someone bit into the corner of the book.
That's Jake. He was checking to see if it was made out of gold.
Yeah.
Like,
I do that when they look real good.
Oh man, this one says sludge again.
You guys, you guys don't smell or taste your books? All right, weird. Remind me sometime off camera, Tim, to talk about Chris Stuckman, because
Okay. Here we go.
I'm not friends with, but I have in the same social circle.
You told me something of this before, yes.
Jeremy Johns. So
Yes.
we've hung out multiple times and we've had some conversations behind the scenes about Chris Stuckman that are freaking hilarious, but not safe for YouTube. So.
Okay.
So we'll gossip later.
Yeah, don't they have kids to like put to bed?
Oh, run around the neighborhood somewhere. I don't know. All right. Hey, I now have to look up Duckman. I never heard of him. You don't have to look up Duckman.
Duckman.
Guarantee if you've been on YouTube at some point, you've seen his square head. Hey,
as a square-headed individual, I resent that.
Oh, yeah. You can't tell by looking. Maybe you can tell by looking. I have the largest head of any person you've ever seen. You'll see in person at Pulp Fest.
You've said this. I don't believe it.
I promise. I look like a semi-normal sized person right here, sitting here in this chair on the screen. No.
That's
my
an
head,
anamorphic lens. It's distorting it.
It is. If you buy a hat off the rack, it won't fit on my head. Those one size fits all. They're lying.
They didn't think of Jake.
I have the biggest head of any person I've ever seen in my life. Except
you're all
Andre.
gonna meet up and you're all going to be like bobblehead figures.
Yes. Anyway, that's a good spot to end this. Hey, thanks a lot, everybody.
Yield.
That was fun.
That was fun. Take care. Thanks everybody for watching and hanging out forever. And Geek Love Dog, get some rest. Get some rest, buddy.
That man has more aliases than Snoop Dogg. It's like,
He
every time he turns around, he's got a new name.
I know. He says, bye, kids. All right.
Thanks,
All right,
Dad.
take care, everybody.